In 1957, Brian France Sr. had a dream. The day ground was broke to build a speedway which the likes of the world have never seen. In 1959, with the help of many people, including Joseph Sachs Lloyd, that dream became reality when the first practice run on the new track began on February 6, 1959. Shortly thereafter, the first ever Daytona 500 was ran. Lee Petty beat John Beauchamp in a photo finish that took 3 days to figure out who won, with the first ever photo finish at the end of the race 3 cars wide. Since then, every February, the place now known as the World Center of Racing, man and machine come together from miles around to take on the 31-degree high banks of the monster track. Names like Earnhardt, Gordon, Johnson, and even Irvin have tamed this place, and this February is no exception. Technology has allowed speed at this large and fast speedway to top over 200 miles per hour. It has also kept drivers safe from many dangers, including the big one that usually happens at least once every time they meet. Today, technology has brought us further than ever before. In sim racing, iRacing has done a fantastic job in recreating what has been thought of as one of the best top-of-the-line sims available out there. It takes talent, it takes patience, it takes a will to put it out front. From the draft to tire wear to white-knuckle racing, they have done a fantastic job. Today, we ask you to join us for one of the most exciting races ever ran in the racing world. Coming to you live from Daytona International Speedway, the Thunder Road Racing League Bucky Burt Challenge Series asks you to sit back, join us for a handful of hours, 500 miles of bumper-to-bumper racing at 200-plus miles per hour. So grab a cold one, maybe save a few for the big game, put it up on the big screen, and cheer for your favorite driver. Live here on FMTV 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here today at Daytona International Speedway here for the FMTV Daytona 500. I'm Joe White up here at FMTV2 booth. I am accompanied by Justin Richard. Justin, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, Joe. How about you?
I am doing wonderful, man. I tell you what, we're about to get set to hear these cars thunder around this 2.5 mile monster of a track and get this thing done. I tell you what, just getting pumped up. We got about 35, 36 cars out here today that are about ready to get it done 2x2 and some storming around here at awesome speeds.
During practice, we had 33 cars take the track. Corey Wharton, Vern Bradley, Travis Lannis, and Austin Lannis all were in the session but did not make a lap. Those 37 cars.
Yeah, well, that's okay. You know, we're a month's practice right now, but I tell you what, about to get ready to go into qualifying here pretty soon. Heck of a field here, nonetheless. Like you said, we've got 200 laps, long race here, folks, and it's going to be an awesome one.
Yeah, big name Jake Nicholas is first on the list in practice and in qualifying, so he looks like he could be a powerhouse in that 0-1 car.
Well, you know, I mean, not to say, but he just did qualify to be a pro driver here in the Iracing thing, so it kind of got him in there. But you can't take away nonetheless from some of the other drivers out here. They are definitely, it's anybody's ball game. It's Daytona. Speeds here are going to be, you know, very fast. I ran kind of like a Busch small shootout race with these guys yesterday. I finished second in it, so it was very fun. Had a 40-lap race. Learned a lot by running these cars, and I tell you what, running in a pack is going to be, I don't know, it's going to be treacherous and fun.
It's going to be stressful for us. You can just imagine how stressful it'll be for them when they get into that later stage of the race and they're running 3x3x3 around this track.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I tell you what, got Ryan W. Daniels out there, got FMTV out there, man. Tell you what, what's going on? Welcome the viewers out there. Welcome everybody. Today we are going to run 200 laps, folks. Very long. There's a full Daytona 500 up here. Joe White up here in the booth. Coming by Justin here. Today we're going to welcome him here, and I tell you, it is going to be electric. You're right. We're in the midst of kind of qualifying right now. They get to take their 2 laps around here. These guys are going to storm around this huge track, and it's just going to be one of those. I don't know. Can you kind of feel it, man? Electricity's building here.
Yeah, it's really exciting having all these people in one session to do this. I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, let's go ahead. We got some prizes, and we got a little contest going on here. Bobby Jones here, MK Jewelry. Okay, keep that in mind, folks. MK Jewelry is doing a giveaway, and here's the contest. And we'll keep reiterating this as we go on. But remember to pick a leader at the 10 to go mark to enter. And to enter this, the link, go to MK Jewelry on Facebook and post the driver's number you think will win in the race in your post. Picks must be placed by 20 laps to go. So we'll keep that going throughout. Now the prizes are a set of earrings. And like I said, that's MK Jewelry. So again, man, get the link out there, get everybody out there for that. And I tell you what, I'm getting excited here. How long we got till green flag there, Justin?
Looks like we got about 9 minutes of open qualifying left.
All right, good deal. 9 minutes open qualifying left here. We're going to get these cars rolling for 200 laps. Like we say, right now, I think we might be done with qualifying.
Are they going to advance it?
I have no clue, but to tell you what, while we're sitting here waiting, nonetheless, Jake Nichols, I call him Superman, Jake the Superman Nichols, sitting in the 01 there. He took my number I normally like. Normally I'm used to seeing him in a 73, but nonetheless, he's sitting up there on the pole right now. A very good lap, but again, you can't take anything away from any of these drivers here today. It is going to be, hey, what's going on, Corey, right there? It is definitely going to be fun. What's going on? We got FMTV out there. We got Ryan W. Daniels out there. We just got a bunch of people out in the chat. Hey, got a favorite driver? Got anybody out here? Let us know. It's about to get go time here, Justin.
Yeah. It looks like we may have a 38th car late registration.
Okay. Nice.
Zachary Duba in the 38 car.
Okay, good deal. Well, I will say this, folks. Been a long race. It's the first one for me. I don't know about Justin, if he's ever called one very long this way. What's going on, Kyle Zimmer? How you doing? It is a 37 car 37 car field right now. Yes, sir. And it's going to be good. We got a lot of great teams out there. Iceman Motorsports, as Ryan said, we got to give him a shout out there. And just got a slew. Got the FMTV. Let me see who else we got in the team. So FMTV Racing. Then we got Jonas Motorsports, GAC, PSFH Motorsports, 50 Motorsports, JC Motorsports, CCR, and then we got Roberts Racing here. It's the ones I see in teams beat. And I tell you what, we got a slew of teams here, and it's going to be cool. Got all pro out there. Get her done. You got it right, man. Get her done. We're about ready to get it done and get these cars to fly. Justin, I don't know, man. What do you think?
It's definitely gonna be exciting. I'm curious to see how intense and how anxious these guys are at the beginning of this race, because we've been building this race up for a while, and they're finally gonna get the chance to be on track and racing. The start's really gonna be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. We got NASCAR 24/7. Let's go, Bucky. Absolutely, Bucky Burt out here, and I tell you, we're just going to look at that. Every time you'll see a couple white cars out there. Trading Paints is doing this little trying to update. I did a refresh so we can actually show off some of these awesome paint jobs here today, Justin. And nonetheless, man, I'm going to tell you, I'm looking very, very forward to this race here. FMTV Daytona 500. That's what we've been waiting for.
Yeah. And like I said, we've been building it up for a few weeks now. And it's exciting to have all these cars just in one place, ready to race. After such a long off season.
Yeah, it is a long off season, which we got a lot of great leagues out there being done. We got a lot of great leagues here and there, and like I say, we're going to keep you updated on the contest. Like I say, go to Facebook and like the link MK Jewelry. And I tell you, while we're here, hey, let's go to a commercial break to one of our ads out here today, and we got plenty of them here. We'll be right back shortly.
"2017 is a big deal at Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
We want to give a big thank you to our customers for making us #1 in customer service in the state of South Carolina. That means you drive Camrys for $149 a month or get 0 APR for 72 months. Drive new Corollas and RAV4s with 0 APR for 60 months.
Plus, with the Fred Anderson Family Plan, your vehicle will last longer, drive better, and save you thousands. Hurry to Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
Well, I tell you what, we're back here. Did a few commercial breaks right there, Justin. I tell you what, we're gearing up here to have a heck of a race. We got about 37 cars out here. It's going to storm around this 2.5-mile monster of a track, Daytona International Speedway. This is the epicenter for NASCAR racing. This is where they started. I mean, I tell you what, I'd say they're going to finish it, but this is where they start their Super Bowl. Talk about Super Bowl, actually is today.
Yeah. And looking at this just goes to show how good all these guys are. The top 26 in qualifying so far are separated by less than 1/10 of a second.
That is
with
awesome.
Some of them even being tied.
Oh man, I tell you what. Well, you know what that tells us right there, Justin? We're going to see some definitely nose to tail, 2x2, very bumper to bumper action out here. These guys are going to get it done.
Yeah, I got a few cars on track right now. Robert McFarland, Justin Anderson, going into 3 and 4 right now.
Yes, so we do. Out here just watching these guys, man, fly around this track here. Looking very good. Right along here with Justin Anderson. He's got a very good looking car out there in that Chevy. And right now, Justin Anderson is putting down a time of, let's see, I'm trying to find it here on speech.
48.052.
Okay, you're right. Justin R. Anderson, he's sitting 32nd right now. I'm showing him on the qualifying order.
and that could have been his one of his warm-up laps, and this is his good lap because he is staying tight to that double yellow line going to turn 2 down the backstretch.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you what, he is looking very, very good right here. You're my analysis man here today. I tell you what, up here at the booth with Justin, and I tell you, it's going to be an extremely exciting here, folks. You know, I want to appreciate all the viewers out there, as always. You know, Justin, I don't really know what to say yet. I mean, these guys are going to put on a heck of a show.
Yeah, I mean, they've been practicing for probably a couple months now, and even with the practices, you can't prepare for this race, as Justin Anderson goes up to 16th on the charts. But you just can't prepare for what this race is going to be and how this track is going to change in about 3 minutes.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, you're right. He did jump up to 16th, and you can't prepare. I mean, we've had several practices, streamed a couple of them, and like I say, I ran into what we'd call the FMTV, we'll call it the FMTV Daytona 500 Busch Clash race, but race before the storm here, so to speak. And I ran in it yesterday, finished second behind Corey Blevins in a 24 machine. Me and him, man, put on a heck of a show, and it was fun. Learned a lot out there in the car, and what these guys are going to be feeling for 500 miles and 200 laps that we're going to be calling very long race for us. You're right. I didn't stutter, and I didn't say anything. That is right. 500 miles, 200 laps, a full Daytona 500.
Yeah, and these guys, they may not be out in NASCAR. They may not be professional, but they will sure race like professionals. Of course, we got Jake Nichols in here, like you touched on earlier. He is in the Iracing Pro division.
Yeah, he is. Yep.
Got a few other drivers that are probably going to be able to challenge him very easily. I know Vern Bradley's real good. We got, who else we got out here? We got a few drivers that are really good.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we got a slew of drivers. I mean, you've got to look. It's not just that. I mean, this is going to be. I mean, you look at the times, like you just said, from first all the way to
27th.
Yeah, you've got to go. Yeah, well, actually, if I go from first to 32nd, that's it's not even a second between them. Okay, yeah. So you got to look.
10th and a half.
There you go. That is absolutely. You're right. A 10th and a half. Now, 10th and a half in racing terms, that's not a lot, man.
Especially when they're going 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, there you go. 200 around this track and 190. I mean, they're just going to be awesome, I tell you. And what we looking like so far? I think we're about to grid up.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's run down the top 10 here as we're about to get set to send these cars a thundering around this 2.5 mile track, and it's going to be electric here. I'm getting excited, pumped up, and ready to go here. Let's get the grid in order down here as tonight. Jake Superman Nichols puts it on the pole right there in the 01. Chad Klinger in second. Gary Saxton right there in third. Bobby Jones in fourth. Judd Danielson's in fifth. Jeremy Crandall in sixth. We got Tim B. Cox in seventh. Philip Meyer in eighth. Vern Bradley, just talked about him sitting there and knifing. To round out the top 10, David Caines in 10th. I tell you what, Justin, as we go through the rest of this order here, there are some good-looking cars and good-looking names out here.
Yeah, we got Tyler Roberts starting 11th. Len McNeese starting 12th. Gabrielle Wood will be taking the grid 13th place. Michael D'Amico will be starting 14th. Marcus Potts 15th. Justin Anderson 16th. Eric Stanford 17th, Curtis Young 18th, Gary Whitmer Jr. 19th, and Glenn Fetty rounds out your top 20.
Oh, yeah, and I tell you what, as we go on through here, David Gainsford's 21st, Ray Richard right there in 22nd, Aiden Young sitting in 23rd, Ryan W. Daniels in 24th, Corey Wharton in 25th, Joe Owens in 26th, Eric Hawk right there in 23rd, Corey Blevins himself in 28th, Bucky Burt, man, helped put on the show here in 29th, Chad Payne in 30th.
Matt Egan will start 31st, Grayson Trexler in 32nd, Mike Donahue 33rd, Kevin Fetty 34th, Robert McFarland 35th, Travis Loney's, Cody Tabler, Zachary Duba, and Austin Loney's round out your 39-car field.
All right. Well, I tell you what, right there, good bunch of cars that we're about to see here run through this order as we're about to see these cars storm off to life. at all, like you said, 190 some mile an hour. Folks, fasten your seat belts, because we're about to have 500 miles of pure side-by-side adrenaline action.
And Jeremy Crandall, your sixth-place starter, has pulled off on the exit of pit road. He's just kind of sitting there as the rest of the field goes by.
Well, that might be by design there, Justin. I don't know if he said, hey, look, I want to just start in the back. Because, really qualifying here, I always say it, qualifying at this place really doesn't matter. I mean, you'd like to be on pole, but, man, you can start in the back and bring it to the front very easily.
Yeah. Looks like he is going to stay in the back here for a minute.
All right, well, good deal. Hey, like I say, I want to appreciate all the viewers out there. Tell me how everything sounds, how everything looks. Like I say, Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied by Justin Richard up here today. I tell you what, appreciate you being up here with me today, Justin.
Yep.
Well,
I enjoy doing this stuff.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you what, we're about to get set here as the pace car's coming out of turn number 3. All right, yep. Turn number 3, heading to turn 4. Going to come down that long tri-oval. I tell you, getting kind of excited here to send these cars monstering off down into turn number 1. Here we go, folks. I like to say it. Pace car's going to take that hard left turn and send these things flying off down here. So we're getting a great shot here from the grandstand view. And pace car is going to take the hard left turn as we're about to sit to go green flag for 200 laps here today. These cars are thundering off into turn number 1. They are side by side, Justin. I tell you, this is what we're going to see all day long.
Yeah, and isn't it fitting that right as we go green, the S-bar rises on my frame rate limiter and I start having connection issues.
Oh, well, I tell you what, that is what it is, man. You fix that and we're good to go. At least everything's looking good on our end here. Heck, yeah, this is awesome racing right here. These guys are 2x2 stacked up all the way back to the back. Jake Nichols is right there side by side, but he's got Chad Klinger right there, clinged all on him, but he's also got Gary Saxton helping him push him to the front there. So it's nonetheless, this man is looking very good, Justin. These guys are stacked up, like I say, nose to tail.
Yeah, 39 cars thundering through 3 and 4. Now coming down the front stretch, Jake Nichols leading the group.
Yes,
Chad
it
Klinger,
is.
Gary Saxton right with him.
It is, Justin. I tell you what, Chad Klinger, man, was right there with him. Jake Nichols going to lead that first lap, though. But I tell you, it ain't nothing. They are still on the outside. They're trying to get the groove in. If they get hooked up, they are gone. But that inside groove, they are still 2x2 stacked up right there.
Off of turn 2 they come. Jake Nichols still continues to lead. And the field kind of spreading out a little bit more than I expected it to be. They're not staying as tightly bunched as I expected it to be.
Yeah, it is, but I tell you what, it's a heck of a dogfight up front here as Chad Klinger says, hey, look, you might be Superman, you might be a pro, but I'm going to show you here at this big 2.5-mile track that I can get it done in that number 94 machine as he is staying glued to the outside there as they are door-to-door coming to this time by to wait at the flag.
2 laps completed, now lap 3 getting started. Thundering into turn 1, Jake Nichols continues to lead the pack.
Yes, he does. It's an awesome shot out there the back end of Gary Saxton as we're riding along with him right now. I'll tell you what, he has got the number 85 machine out the back door, but it kind of shows you folks how close these machines are. As right now, it's a lot of very patience out here, but they are still stacked up all the way back to the back there, Justin. And I tell you, now it's a 3-car breakaway at the front, 4-car breakaway.
Yeah, starting to single file out a little bit up front. Jake Nichols really holding on to that lead well. No one's really been able to super challenge him, but Superman hasn't been super challenged yet.
Well, I tell you what, there's a reason I call him that, and I hate reiterating it, but you know what? I'm going to take nothing away from these guys. If they get good drafting help, they can storm to the front, but right now you got a 4-car freight train moving away. You got to go all the way back to about the 9th, 10th position before you see them filed up, double file here. But right behind them, they are trying to freight train and get to the front here and say, look, if we can get these cars moving, we can actually get them going.
Yeah, it will be really interesting to see just how long it takes for the outside groove to become a major factor and how long these guys will be willing to stay out there if it doesn't start coming in anytime soon.
You're absolutely right, and I know the inside line's more dominant than anything, but right now the action's hot and heavy on lap right here as we're running around lap number 5 right here. They are definitely at a freight train up front. We go back here to the 9th place riding along. Well, Philip Myers here, Justin, I tell you, they are door to door wheeling it around this track. and this is what we expect to see. That outside groove, they are testing the waters to see if it'll hold up.
Yeah, and they're really pushing hard, but do you want to stay up there and risk losing that many spots this early? It is a 200 lap race, but is going all the way back to the back like that really good for you?
Well, I agree with you right there. We definitely don't want to see them as these guys are coming thundering around here around to the start finish line. As we're seeing them right, look at that group of cars fanned out just like a freight train of cars. I mean, they are nose to tail roaring around here. Jake Nichols, the man out front, got Gary Saxton all over his back bumper. But there's a car. Number 8 car looks like he's stepping to the outside a little bit.
Yeah, look into that high side. Maybe going to try and get that line a little bit stronger. Maybe seeing how well that line goes here early on. Jake Nichols has run. Last lap he ran a 44.706.
That is 1/1000th faster than the man behind him. He ran a 7:06. So you got to be looking. That is some speed. But now he looks like he's under duress up there. So they're looking like they're going to jockey around a little bit. Lap number 7 of 200. Now we say it is a very, very long race. You got to be very, very patient here. Now I want to reiterate while we're up here, Justin. While we got these guys fanned out a little bit here, let's go back over. Folks, get on Facebook out there, viewers, all right? The reason being is because we got a contest here going. And the contest here is look up on Facebook, MK Jewelry. Okay, let me repeat that, MK Jewelry. And go in there and pick the leader with 10 laps to go who you think will be. And to enter it, just go to MK Jewelry on Facebook and post the driver's number you think will be leading, or think will win, and post the driver's number you think will win in the race post. And you got to do it by the 20 to go mark here. So you got plenty of time. We're sitting right here at lap number 8, so you got plenty of time to do that.
Over 190 to go.
Absolutely, still got a lot of time, so you got a lot of time to do it, and that's prizes for a pair of earrings. And I tell you what, here, Justin, has been what we've expected so far. These guys have fanned out, been very, very patient. They understand it is a long race, and we have got to definitely be patient here, because if you don't want the big one to happen. Now, we're going to knock on wood, I always say that. We definitely don't want the big one to happen.
Yeah, really single filing out really nicely. Still a couple cars left on that outside line. And there's a couple able to hold their line pretty well up there. But for the most part, single file through this 39-car field.
Yeah, absolutely. Said there's a few pages with that name. Well, that is the only one that he gave me. I unfortunately load. Maybe if one of the drivers out there that is listening, Bobby, if you're listening, somebody said there's a few pages on Facebook with that name of MK Jewelry. So maybe you can actually maybe throw a link or during something we can throw a link or something. I don't know if I can find one. Justin, maybe you can look it up and see if you can search for us there.
We're looking up MK Jewelry?
Sure, try to see if you can find it. Maybe Bobby Jones, or I think it's also the name on it would actually be, look for a Joanne, JoanLanovara. That would be her last name. I think MK Gems and Jewelry. I believe you're right there, Lo. I think that's it. Look, is the name on it Joanne? I believe you're right. That's probably what I should have got from the darn link. But nonetheless, that's why I'm saying early, y'all got plenty of time to find this thing, get up there, register, see who's going to be winning this one, because right now it's an exciting action going on here. And this gives us a time, they're fanned out, Justin, gives us a time to talk about stuff like this. We're just watching through the field here, watching these cars just storm around this track. And I hope all the viewers out there definitely are loving it.
Yeah, it's definitely very exciting to finally have some racing like this, some 30-plus cars racing. And especially at Daytona is a great track to get your season started off at.
Absolutely. And tell you what, let's go here. Love this camera view here. It kind of shows off all the paint jobs here these guys have got here, riding with Ray Richard there, Corey Blevins right there, Tyler Roberts. And we got a heck of a battle behind Philip Myers right there. They're stacked up 2 by 2. We got Bobby Jones in the number 71. He's got 16 right there on the outside of him. And you got right behind him, look at that. He's got peanuts on his car. That's kind of cool. Lee, what is that? Lynn McNeese? Yep. And 101 machine back there. Just kind of just going through, looking here, showing off these awesome paint jobs. And again, want to appreciate all the viewers out there. Man, I tell you what, this is what we do it for. This is awesome. We love it. And I'm up here in the booth with Justin. Justin, man, has it been good so far?
It's been great racing. 12 laps completed already. It's flying by. But it's some good racing with it.
Well, absolutely. You're 100% right. And looks like Jake Nichols might have just had some connection issues.
That's not good.
He's either that or he's going into the pits one. Maybe look at that right fast and see if he had connection issues. See on the, you got the iRacing chat or iRacing side of things. Click on that recent and see if he actually still is out here.
Yeah, he's still there. He's got 66 ping. Big Nichols.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still good. He's got perfect quality and ping.
Well, maybe IRTVO over here is going, I don't know. Sometimes IRTVO kind of go bleh. But it's still showing him as a race leader nonetheless. We're good to go. As we're just going through.
A lot of chatter going on with the drivers in the iRacing chat. Probably trying to decide where, if they're comfortable they are, what line they want to be in. Is that a little 3-wide race not spot in the back there? Caution is out.
Oh, caution's out.
8 car, I think that is.
Yes, it is hard into the wall. All right, well, let's go back and rewind that back and see. Yeah, it caught the number 3 car also, but let's take it back here on the caution cam here and see what actually happened there. You're right, the number 3 and the 8 got into each other here. Let's see. Rewinding it back.
Some damage.
Okay, well, we're rewinding it back here. Let the viewers check out what happened here in this race because we were going back through the field here. Yeah, they went 3 wide up there at the top, Justin. And it looked like it was just basically a 3-wide incident there. And you know when you get 3 wide, yep, looked like maybe a little net code involved. But unfortunately, the 3 car just had nowhere to go. And that could have been bigger than what it was. Because a lot of those guys did some great driving jobs. But under caution for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, going ahead and trying to get a couple more connection issues resolved to make sure that start mishap doesn't happen again. So we're trying to load this session for me.
Absolutely, I tell you what, right here, this is what we're looking for. Well, since we're under our first caution, what was the name? MK Jewelry. It was a Joanne, Joan, Joan, and her last name is Lanovara. So, and it might be a Bobby Jones on there also. So check that out. And like I say, MK Jewelry. And matter of fact, right here, we're going to let's show up this one right here. See what we got here. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for a gift for that special person or just want to treat yourself, check out Expressions by Erica on Facebook.
Cups, hats, t-shirts,
Heat transfer vinyl,
graphics, and much more. Treat yourself with a personalized monogram to go in your Yeti cooler or the back of your car.
Erica does it all.
Need something that says I love you for Valentine's Day, your anniversary, or even birthday? Erica has you covered with the best gift for all of those special occasions. Missy from Facebook says, they did an amazing job on what I ordered. They also did it very quickly, even though I had it shipped from South Carolina to Tennessee. I highly recommend them. Thank you, girls.
Also from Facebook, Casey says, great job. And they did it last minute for me since I completely forgot I needed it. Everyone loved it.
Contact Expressions by Erica by calling 843-810-3883 and like us on Facebook.
Expressions by Erica.
"2017 is a big deal at Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
We want to give a big thank you to our customers for making us #1 in customer service in the state of South Carolina. That means you drive Camrys for $149 a month or get 0 APR for 72 months. Drive new Corollas and RAV4s with 0 APR for 60 months.
Plus, with the Fred Anderson Family Plan, your vehicle will last longer, drive better, and save you thousands. Hurry to Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
Need to tell the world something? Need to get it out there? How about making your ride just a little more sharp? From t-shirts to vinyl graphics to banners, your one-stop shop is Rumar Vinyl Creation. Want to make that truck stand out? Or maybe a banner for your next business gathering? Rumar can do it all. They can even screen print on most anything. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, even that lucky pair of sweatpants you just can't throw out. Yep, they can do that too. For your next event, gathering, or race, your one call should be to Rumar Vinyl Creation. Find us on Facebook or just give us a call, 315-222-3423. Rumar Vinyl Creation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're right here live. FMTV Daytona 500 put on by TRRL, Bucky Burke Show Challenge. I'm up here, Joe White up here in the booth. I cut him by Justin, and I tell you, Justin, it's been a heck of a race with the first 16, 17 laps here.
Yeah, under caution for a wreck involving the 8 and 3 car. Definitely could have been a lot bigger. Both cars are in the middle of the pack, and it's really lucky that it wasn't a lot bigger than it was.
Yeah, no doubt. I tell you what, as we look out here, and seems like a lot of the viewers out there have found the link that they needed to on the Facebook. Like I say, get that in. You got plenty of time. Got to have it in by 20 to go, which would be what, lap 180. So, and then get who you think's going to win the race. Lights off on the pace car as we're about to get set to go thundering around this place 2 by 2, nose to tail, and they're going to get this action happening here, Justin.
Well, and now that they've gotten about 15 laps under their belt under green flag, cars are going to be a lot more, I would say, comfortable, but they're also going to be a lot more aggressive, knowing that how these other guys race a little bit more and knowing how it's going to be. And also the top line, that could have been just enough to get it going a little bit to where it warms up a little bit quicker instead of taking that whole run for them to start actually trying to work up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on that one. I tell you what, riding right here with Marcus Potts, he's in the 4th place position. He came from 15th to 4th. That's what I was talking about earlier, Justin. Qualifying, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but, man, it really, you can bring a car to the front.
Yeah, and you're talking about him coming from 15th to 4th. Corey Blevins came from 28th to 9th place in his number 24 car.
Absolutely. I tell you what, a road behind Corey Blevins right there. His pace car's heading into turn number 3. He did a wonderful job, won the Little Bud shootout yesterday, and I was all over his back. Bumper me and him had a heck of a duel coming to the line, and hopefully that's what we'll see here at the end.
Yeah, there's plenty of good races. I'm sure that we will see something like that.
All right, pace car's going to be coming out of turn number 4. Going to set these cars a-sailing into turn number 1. Jake Superman Nichols in charge of the start here. Got Gary Saxton right here. Chad Klinger riding with Marcus Potts. I like what Waylon said out there. The person who's going to win is the person who's going to win. That is awesome. Green flags in the air, and I tell you, that inside line got a heck of a jump. The outside looked like it spun a little bit as I'm riding along here with Marcus Potts, and we'll kind of see what he sees out the front end of that car and see if he can snoop back up there and get on the back bumper there, Gary Sexton.
Big Nichols leads them down into turn 1. A 2-car breakaway here between him and, is that Chad Klinger with him?
It is Chad Klinger. You're 100% right. It looks like a 2-car breakaway, but they got a freight train right behind them. If those boys freight train up, they could come by them like they are sitting still and a sitting duck.
Yeah, they need to hope that the pack doesn't catch them with a tremendous amount all at once, because they're in that single file line, and if the pack catches a run on them, they can fly by them.
They are. Well, right now that pack's going to have to squeeze up there and get a little bit more tighter than what they are, and it looks like they're actually all tightened up there into the front a little bit. They're the first 3 cars, and you've got to, actually all the way back to about what would be 10th spot, as you got to go, let's see, back here, actually 10th and 11th and 12th are all 2 by 2 back here. So the first top 9 cars, they're single file, and they're probably going to break away from the 9th and 10th place. If they don't get in line and get something done, it's going to be a shootout up here in the front, folks.
Yeah, the draft really works in some strange ways, and there's some people that have learned to manipulate the draft, and if they can get that front little group broken off from the pack, and the pack keeps battling, the front pack is just going to be able to run away with it.
You're 100% right there, I tell you what, and we're just looking right here that We're back here riding along with Eric Stanfield, who started 17th, currently in 10th. He's trying to bring that car methodically to the front. Now he's got right behind him, looks like Mad Egan all over the back end there. And the Fusion Motorsports TV number 35 machine, has pulled himself up to 11, started 31st. He is actually trying to climb to the front here, folks. Can he get up there and challenge? But I tell you what, the 01 machine up there, and the Jake Nichols, he's got Chad Klinger in that 94 all over his back bumper. So we're looking through this field, looking very, very, very good.
Yeah, Jake Nichols continues to lead them around turn 4. Great battles all over the place, though. It's starting to single file out a little bit, though. And it looks like there actually is 2 packs. There's a second one coming out 4 right now.
Yes, it is. I noticed I'm kind of flipping through the field here just a little bit, trying to get everybody kind of idea what's going on. Got a 2-car battle right here, or actually 2-car tandem right here. I'm going to say that. That's a better word to use, between the 73, Jeremy Crandall, and Bucky Bird himself. Those two are hooked up together, nose to tail, and they're trying to catch that pack in the front. Now, you know, this is what we're going to see here. You got another one back here with Mike Donahue and all. Those are the guys back here in 23rd, 24th that are still 2x2. They're in the pack. So we got some multiple packs, Justin, and that's probably what we're going to see here. Is if you lose that draft to the front pack, it's going to be very, very hard to catch them back again.
Especially if they're running in a single file line on this inside like they are. If they start battling and that second pack stays inside line only, and they stay single file, they do have a chance at catching them. But if this front group stays in single file on that inside line like they are, it will be incredibly difficult for the second pack to get back up here with them.
Well, you're absolutely right there, Justin. I tell you what, right now we're riding along with this pack back here in 22nd spot because we're seeing some good 2x2 action racing here. They're like, that's a perfect example of what we were just talking about. Mike Donahue and the man behind him, Kevin Fetty. Those two guys are hooked up, single file, doubled up. Now behind him, even though there's a lot of cars, Ryan W. Daniels right there, it seems like he's gotten a single file, but even when they were two filed back there, those 2 cars up there were walking away from that pack, a huge pack. Now that they've got single file, they can see Ryan W. Daniels, Aiden Young's been able to pull up, but now they go to the outside and they're going to flirt with disaster up there and see if they can make that outside lane work.
And one thing to point out, Jude Danielson in the 85 car is off the pace, and the pack is rapidly catching him, that first pack. He was 39 seconds back that last time. He is going down the backstretch, past the bus stop chicane, and now into turn 3. When will the pack catch him, and how will it affect them?
Well, I tell you what, pretty much, you know, if he's very, very professional and respectful, he'd probably move up high and go here. I'm watching this good battle back here. So Ryan Daniels pulled that machine up in front here, put it up to 22nd. He's got Aiden Young, that young man, glued all over the back bumper of him right now as they are fanned out. If this pack here can fan out and stay in a single file, they could run down that group up front here. But let's go through what you're talking about and just go through some of the cars as we got just a multiple sections here, so to speak. Judd Danielson, we're riding along with him. That pack is dead. I mean, there's nothing you can do, Justin. Once you're out there by yourself, as we're seeing the pack, they are coming in a hurry here. It is a heck of a run. Whoop, went to the wrong one too far here. Let's see if we can.
Looks like he's going to be able to stay up high and let the pack get to his inside and go by. They need to stay single file, though, while they're passing him, or else their draft will break up, and it could end up in them getting split up even more.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you what, what's going on, Michael? How you doing today? We're calling this Awesome Actions lap 26 of 200 here today. And I tell you what, Jake Superman Nichols, that's what I got the nickname for him on Thursday nights at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Come out and watch all the Cup action. Me and Ryan W. Daniels calling that one for you here on FMTV 2. And that's some heck of a sight. But right now, he has got his hands full with the number 94 machine, a Chad Klinger, all over the back bumper of him, Justin.
Yeah, they got some good battling going on up there. And, definitely going to be a good when it comes to end. If this is if there's this many cars at the end, especially with these caliber drivers.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you what is going on? The smoking one. Is that right? The smoking? I'm going to just say the smoke. How's that?
Okay. I don't know what we're talking about here.
Well, I'm looking at the chat out here, Justin. We got people out here just chit-chatting up all over the place. And that's one thing I love doing. I love interacting with the viewers out here. They come and they see all this awesome action going on. And they've seen a heck of a race so far with 27 laps of 200, folks. It has been a good one. Now, like I say, make sure you get your picks in for the winner. right there on MK Jewelries. There's a link in the chat right there. I'll let Jonas Motorsports actually put that link back up there for you again throughout the race. You got until 20 laps to go to pick a winner of who you think's going to win this one. Post it in there for them, and you're good to go. So definitely a pair of earrings is up on the line there. So nonetheless, Justin, this has been a tremendous race so far.
Yeah, one thing that I keep watching is the intervals between the cars. We got the top 14 are within about a second and a half of each other. There's a 4 or 5 car little group there, and then after that, it's all really separated throughout this track. And Tyler Roberts is going to be the next one to go out down, and that'll be really quick coming up here.
Oh, absolutely. You're right. I mean, we got a heck of a field drive. We got actually looks like the first 12 cars and a heck of a draft of a freight trainer they're on. And then you got a little small pack back there of 4 or 5 cars behind them. So you're right. Looks like we've got multiple packs out here. And that's what it's going to be like throughout the whole entire race. I mean, nothing against the drivers, nothing against them. It's just that's how these Cup cars react, Justin, it's just very difficult out here.
Yeah, and it's going to be really difficult when you lose that draft to catch back up. They're going to hope for a caution, and they're going to hope they aren't the caution. That's their only hope at this point, really, to get back up there.
Well, knock on wood. You just said you said the right thing. Hope the big one doesn't happen, and that's the one we don't.
And it does make things interesting, but it's really not something we want to see especially when it's a big group like this.
Well, there's your top 5 right there's a leaderboard, but I tell you what, right there, NASCAR, if you look at that ticker right up there at the very top, that'll tell you at every running order that's going on right now of who is running and the position they're running in, the car number, and the interval up there. So that'll give you an idea. But the top 5 right here is definitely running as we're seeing nose to tail, single file action. Looks like a big, huge freight train of cars just running down here at Daytona International Speedway.
They're coming to complete lap 30 already of 200. That puts us at about 6/20ths of the way through, I believe.
Absolutely. These guys have been very, very, very patient here. Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right, Justin. I mean, they're very, very patient. You know, a lot of people are like, man, they're just out there riding around in a single file. What the heck's going on? Folks, we got a long way to go. You definitely don't want to be too over-aggressive because right now, and I guarantee you, 10 to go, you're not going to see these guys be fanned out, nose to tail like they're doing.
Yeah, we saw how aggressive works early in this race with Tyler Roberts and Joe Owen trying to get that outside line working early on, and it caused a small little wreck. Wasn't a big one, but definitely took 2 good cars out of contention early on.
Well, absolutely. You're right. I mean, so right now it's very, very, very patience. And you got to be patient here because you're only on lap number 32 of 200 laps, folks. So we definitely have got to look and go, these drivers got to think. But, hey, there's one car right there flirting with disaster on the outside. He's probably having to cool that machine down a little bit. That's another thing is we're not seeing these guys tucked up on the back bumpers. And that's really how you would actually see NASCAR drivers around here, Justin, is the heat. Now, with 10 to go, I mean, you're going to see these guys just – they don't care. They'll blow them up. We're going to see them planted to the back bumpers, rubbing the paint off the back end of them.
Yeah, and the track is starting to warm up a little bit over 83 degrees currently. But it's this, as the airflow with how the way the draft works, the draft is the lead car, which is Jake Nichols right now. All the air is going to go over his car. And so that blocks the air resistance from all the cars behind him, creating a little suction in between their cars. And then when there's that suction, air can't get into the grill and radiator to cool everything off, and that's when you start to see cars overheat and sometimes blow up as a result.
Well, absolutely. Riding along the inside of some of these cars, just kind of get an idea of what they're seeing out here. As right now, we're starting to see some fanning out here up front a little bit. And so we got now that looks like the number 4 car went to the high side. He's got Corey Blevins trying to see if they're going to flirt and see if they can pull that high side a little bit here early on as he stepped out of line there. But now the inside lane's just going to do nothing but say hello and goodbye.
Yeah, and if they keep battling like this, that little 4 car pack right behind them could end up catching them. And if they choose to go the outside, that could help out Corey and that can help out Corey and him, and that can help them try and get that outside running again. And if they can do that, then they can certainly try and make a push to battle Jake Nichols. But Jake has been dominant this entire race.
Well, I tell you what, he's been out there front. Now, like I say, they've been very, very patient nonetheless out here. These guys are awesome. And it's just, right now as we're seeing that outside lane, it's not working as good as they thought. But, I mean, you're only talking about 2-car tandem going up against like an 8 or 9 car freight train here. So if you could get about 8 or 9 cars up on that high side, we might be able to see it. Now, we're only 35 laps into 200. Let me know how this works when we get about 8 or 9 of them guys up there at about lap 70 or 170 or 180 or so. Then it's going to be go time and see as Mad Egan's going to flirt with up there at the top lane and see what he can do.
Yeah, this is definitely an experimental point in the race where they're going to start trying to get to that outside just to see how it works. And if it doesn't, they'll duck back down to the inside and try and get back their positions.
Oh, absolutely. Right now we're here Corey Blevins as we're running on the nose cam there. An awesome looking shot as he is all over the back end here. He's got a 2-car tandem up front now. Matt says better. He dropped down in the inside lane. Says, well, that outside's not going like I thought. But I tell you what, those 2 cars up are still holding their own pretty darn well. And I tell you, it is awesome. Hey, I tell you what, Michael, all the guys out there in the chat, we definitely appreciate you all joining in tonight here for the FMTV Daytona 500. Him, Joe White, up here in the FMTV2 booth, up here accompanied by Justin Richard today. Man, now, Justin, it has been extremely, and I tell you what, that 2-car tandem up there is holding their own pretty good.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't fallen back to the inside or just tried to fall off, but the one thing to notice, that 4-car group, while they've been driving like this, has slowly been catching back up to this front group.
Yes, it has. Those guys have been able to come back up here very, very, very good.
Corey Wharton and Robert McFarland are next on the list to go a lap down. They're about 30 seconds behind this lead group right now, which is about 15 seconds ahead of them. And we saw how quick they caught and passed Jude Danielson. That was 1 car, though. 2 cars will be a little bit slower, but I say around lap 42, 43 is when they'll be caught.
Oh, absolutely. And I tell you what, I'm still watching these 2 cars here because they are stuck on that outside. They have not went back. They've not went forward. They've actually stuck right there in that same position. But you're right. That other tandem group up here has caught the front runners. So that outside line has probably slowed them down. Oh, boy, I tell you what, a heck of a jockey right there in the back behind them. So if they start mixing it up a little bit, we're going to start seeing maybe some 2x2 here at lap 38. Now, it's way, way too early, to be very, very aggressive here. And I know a lot of the viewers out there are probably like, man, these guys ain't doing nothing but just riding in a darn line. It's only lap 38. We got a long way to go. Folks, this isn't a short 100-lap race. This is a 200-lap event, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and those actually 3 cars in that group with Robert McFarland and Corey Wynn. There's a 3rd car in there. Couldn't exactly see who it was. I think it may have been Grayson Trexler, but I could be wrong on that. But they are a decent ways ahead.
Well, I'll tell you what.
They're still going to get caught at some point.
Yeah, they are. Well, Justin, I'll tell you right here, as we look at those cars up there at the front, we're looking at them. We got a little blinker up there a little bit. Don't know what happened to him. But either way, nonetheless, those 3 cars, now they got a 3-car tandem going up there. And Matt's trying to figure out, do I want to go up high? Do I want to go low? The problem is it looks like the 2 cars blinking an awful lot. I don't know if he is on your screen.
Yeah, he is. His ping has rised. It's up to 200 right now. But it looks like it's not too bad. It's starting to go down now.
Okay, good deal. Well, yeah, he brushed the wall. Looks like he got out of the way. He knew he was having some issues there. Unfortunately, because he was actually pulling that group pretty darn well. But I tell you what, we are still stuck here with those 2 cars on the outside because, Justin, they have not dropped off like we thought. So that outside lane, and I will tell you this, me and Ryan Daniels, when we rode yesterday in practice, we rode side by side for about 10 to 12 laps, glued to each other's door. One of us might get ahead going down just a little bit on the straight, and then the other one would pull back. I mean, we were like that side by side, just like these guys are. So definitely, what I'm seeing here is what we saw there. It looks like, unfortunately, the guy back there is having heck of a connection issues, and that's unfortunate for him because he was running very good.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see once it gets towards the end how many cars will be willing to risk their position for that outside. We know that Corey will definitely do it. Matt has obviously been thinking about it, and so the people that are experimenting now, they're going to do it. We know that they're most likely going to be one of the ones that jump out and try and get that line warmed up and try and get it rolling. But with two cars, I just don't see them passing a pack like this.
I don't either, and I tell you what, actually right now you got one car out there, and we're going to start seeing him fall back. The two cars held on, but that one car is just not going to be able to do it against this freight train of drivers here, and we're about to have actually about 20 cars here, and just a few that are going to be very, very good. As Corey Blevins, unfortunately, the outside's going to get just shot by and just going to go straight to the back and drop like a brick.
Yeah, that is a 17 car pack right now. And then that second pack is about, and then of course we have the few slower cars that have lost the draft entirely.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And that's another thing. You lose a draft here, and you're definitely going to be you're about a sitting duck nonetheless. So, but right now, a lot of patience, a lot of give and take, a lot of single file, a lot of jockeying. Let's see what it feels like the car's doing. We got a long way to go. Lap 42 here, 200, folks. It has been extremely exciting, and I tell you what, while we're sitting here and got these guys, man, running around here, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
It's our biggest sale of the year, Toyotathon at Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
Your award-winning Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia is your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. Shop over 500 vehicles, clearance price to sell fast. Plus, get lifetime oil changes and a lifetime powertrain warranty when you buy. Right now, drive new Toyotas as low as $99 a month plus holiday cash.
Plus, get a world of value with the Fred Anderson Family Plan. Hurry to Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia. '17 is a big deal at Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
We want to give a big thank you to our customers for making us #1 in customer service in the state of South Carolina. That means you drive Camrys for $149 a month or get 0 APR for 72 months. Drive new Corollas and RAV4s with 0 APR for 60 months.
Plus, with the Fred Anderson Family Plan, your vehicle will last longer, drive better, and save you thousands. Hurry to Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
Need to tell the world something? Need to get it out there? How about making your ride just a little more sharp? From t-shirts to vinyl graphics to banners, your one-stop shop is Rumar Vinyl Creation. Want to make that truck stand out? Or maybe a banner for your next business gathering? Rumar can do it all. They can even screen print on most anything. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, even that lucky pair of sweatpants you just can't throw out. Yep, they can do that too. For your next event, gathering, or race, your one call should be to Rumar Vinyl Creation. Find us on Facebook or just give us a call, 315-222-3423. It's Rumar Vinyl Creation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back here live, man. Daytona 500 for the FMTV Daytona 500, and we're watching some good, exciting racing. Throw some good ads out there. Again, look out on the chat, folks. MK Jewelry got a heck of a prize and a contest nonetheless. So pick the winner by the 20 to go mark here. All right, if you pick the winner of the race and do it in their forum, definitely do it. It's 20. You got to do it by 20 laps to go, which would be lap 180, and in 10 lap. For the last 10 laps, whoever's leading and wins the race definitely can win get a chance to win a pair of earrings. It's given away by MK Jewelry.
Well, Jake Nichols continues to lead this pack around this 2.5 mile track. Got a couple lap cars ahead of him though. That could change things on. But it looks like they are going to try and stay single file. But when they catch them, obviously the very smart move to do is to try and stay single file and not battle and not try and push it 3 wide. They will be catching a lap car momentarily.
Well, absolutely, and I tell you what, yeah, the lap cars are very, very respectful, staying up high for this lead packer group here who are single file, a heck of a freight train. Them guys there are stacked up, nose to tail here, Justin, going into this thing, thundering around this 2.5-mile track. It's awesome. I call it the epicenter of NASCAR because that's what it is. This is their Super Bowl. Talk about Super Bowl. Hey, you got it coming out this evening, the actual Super Bowl here. Patriots versus Falcons. You know, a lot of people are going to be watching that, but the next couple of weeks we got the real Daytona coming up too.
Yeah, and you were talking the lap cars being very respectful. You kind of have to be, especially with these drivers. Like, if you're not respectful, if you don't get out of the way for the leaders, then that can cause a major problem. So it's very good that these guys are choosing to stay up high. But Matt Egan starts 31st, and he's worked his way up to 6th now.
Yes, he has right now up here in 6th place, man. Methodically trying to close himself up there to see if he can't do it in the Fusion Motorsports TV car. See if he can't get it done. I tell you what, that's what I was talking about earlier. Qualifying here really doesn't matter too much. I'm not going to say it's not important, but in this track, hey, you could start in the back, start up front, and pretty much do just about anything you want.
One thing that just popped into my head while you're talking, they had their caution on lap 13 or 14. They pit around lap 15. It's lap 49. We're going to have some green flag pit stops coming up soon.
You know, and that's another thing I did not find out if they are running a full fuel cycle. If they are, then we can kind of calculate off what the real NASCAR do. I think what they run about 35 laps around a super speedway nonetheless, I believe.
I believe it's around 40 to 45 maybe.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I know they have a little smaller fuel cell at restrictor plates, and I don't know how iRacing might simulate that. Nonetheless, I believe they're running full fuel here. In some leagues, normally they limit the fuel and whatnot, but here, since it's so long, full fuel run. So with that, you're right. We should see some green flag pit stops here coming soon. So that's going to bring up the question of who comes in with you, because you're going to need help coming back out of that pits.
And that's one of the advantages of being in a team speak chat, is that there are guys that are going to be working together, like Matt Egan, Bucky Burr, I know they're working together. Ryan Daniels and Jake Nicholas, I know they're working together. Vern Bradley. So they're going to be talking strategy even in iRacing to tell each other when they're pitting, maybe who's coming with them, and just trying to decide that. And of course, it'll be a lot cleaner green flag pit stops because they are split up into so many different groups around the track.
Well, absolutely. The smoke says out there they should be pitting pretty soon, and you're right. I mean, we're looking at lap 51 right now, 200. They came in at the 15 mark. Most of them did, and I'm going to tell you what, at lap 15, that puts us as what, 25, 35, 45? We're already at 36 laps so far, roughly. If they can go 40, we should see in the next 5 or so laps here, they should be starting to come into the pit stops.
Yeah, that'll definitely shake things up. These guys are going to be wanting to get in and get out as fast as you can. And the one thing they're going to be looking at, we're only a quarter of the way in. How will 2 tires handle against 4 tires, or even no tires at super speedways is sometimes an option.
Well, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to gamble on that one unless I did it in the last 10 laps or so and had to just have some fuel or whatnot. But you're right here. You don't stress tires as bad. What's going on, Pioneer? How you doing today? But you don't stress the tires as bad. Now, you do wear tires out, and you're going to need some. But 2 tires could work here. 4 tires definitely work. So it's going to be anybody. I will tell you this. Yesterday, which, you know, there was only 5 of us on the lead lap, so it was a no-brainer. But the top 2 guys in the shootout race, they didn't come in and take the pits with about 10 laps to go, 6 laps to go. We had a caution. I went in, got 4 tires, and I'm going to tell you what, I stormed that thing to the front. So I know what 4 tires can do as opposed to none, and it definitely does help you out nonetheless.
And that's one of the advantages of being involved in short little events like that, or even just being in practices. You can try out different strategies. You can try doing 4 tires against no tires, or 4 tires against 2 tires, and even taking maybe limited fuel to try and late in the race try and create more speed and less weight in the car.
Oh, absolutely. And I tell you what, I was just out there just trying to have fun and try to see what these guys are feeling like here today. So kind of give me an idea what they're doing. And it was fun. I want to appreciate all the viewers out there. What's going on, Dixie? How you doing? Kyle, Pioneer, The Smoke. I tell you, I see a lot of you out there. Michael's out there. I know I hadn't seen Chris Harvey yet. He's usually out there. But I tell you, nonetheless, it's a long race. Lap 54 of 200. Joe White up here in the booth. Today, I'm accompanied by Justin Richard up here. And Justin, we have been able to call a heck of an event so far.
Yeah, that first little 15-lap run was very exciting. And we have green flag pit stops, it looks like. Cars ducking off from that front pack to go into pit road. Who is that?
That is a slew of cars coming down into pit road. As we're watching a few of them come down here on pit road. Gary Whitmore Jr. is one of them, but he brought in a ton of cars with him, and that's what I said. I was at lap 51 when I said about 4 laps to go they would. You called it, Justin. About 40 laps is what they can do on a fuel run.
Corey Blevins, Matt Egan, Eric Hawk are all on pit road. Ray Richer. So a lot of that Iceman FMTV group that work together a lot are into pit road at the same time.
Well, I tell you what, not a bad move to do it right here, because if you can go and get in here at lap 55 and get up in there and definitely get your pits, that's going to put you on what, about a 3 pit stop cycle, so to speak?
Yeah, they'll have about 2 more to go. It looks like maybe 3, depending on how cautions fall. And
yeah,
but they're going to be hoping there isn't a caution right now, because that lead pack is coming around the backstretch quick.
Yeah, it is right now. Jake Nichols still the man out front. He's got Chad Klinger glued all over the back deck lid of him as they flew by. Now the problem is they got disengaged from that other pack back there as they're going around some of the lap cars that have pitted here. So you're going to see, that's why it looks so fanned out right now, folks, is they all went here, and definitely awesome.
Yeah, and it's gonna, these cars that have pit that now have fresh tires have split up this pack. It's definitely going to make pitting interesting, seeing all these guys who haven't pit yet try and get around these guys who have pit and try and get in pit road. Jake Nichols is reporting that he will be pitting in this time.
Okay, good deal. Well, I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a pit strategy right there, lap 57. He's probably going to bring Chad Klinger with him. I do appreciate that, Michael, out there. I worked for about 2 days to get that daggum overlay up there to work, and I got it to work. I was definitely... I was kind of quite proud of that one up there myself, so I appreciate y'all liking it. But we have got a storm of cars coming in here. And what I tell you, we got some locking up brakes. We're watching Jake Nichols come in here in the pits himself, and these guys, man, are fanned out here. So a ton. He didn't bring Chad Klinger with him. Oh boy, I tell you, Jake had to check up just a little bit there. He would have got right in the back of the 28.
Yeah, Michael D'Amico's coming pit road. Got a few others in. Looks like maybe Vern Bradley may have pit.
Yep. So Jake Nichols, I don't know what help he's going to have to come in here, because Chad didn't come in with him. So here's the thing. Jake is part of the Iceman Motorsports, so Vern Bradley is also. So Vern Bradley came in with him, so that might be the strategy between them. But I think Ryan and company was so far back, Justin, that they couldn't get on the same cycle as the 2 cars in front.
Well, they're both in pit road, but yeah, Vern and Jake are up in that front group, and Ryan and Aiden Young are stuck in that second group that's about a half a lap behind them.
Right, and that's what I was saying. So they probably, because I'm going to tell you, I've raced with Vern, and Vern is a very, very good strategy style person when it comes to pits and the like. So he definitely knows to say, hey, look, I definitely know what I'm doing when it comes to pit stops and all, and he's very good. But the problem is, when you're split up like that, you almost have to kind of come up with your own strategy, so to speak.
Yeah, and I'm sure Jake, with him being a pro caliber driver now, that he is very good at strategy, or at least has someone helping him with it at most times.
Well, I tell you what, to answer your question out there, Kyle, yes, Jake had it up until the green flag pit stops every lap here. So, but right now, I mean, the leader would actually be Curtis Young as he moved it over. Chad Klinger led a lot of laps there, but you were right. Jake Nichols, though, and it's probably going to cycle back around. He's led 56 of the 59 laps so far. He's got Vern Bradley, his teammate, locked all over the back end bumper. Now they've got Gabriel Wood right there in the LSR TV machine. He's locked up on the back tailgate of those guys, and they are bringing it to the front. Now, like we said, it's going to cycle back around. Curtis Young is definitely out front, but we are seeing now what we're seeing is all these guys are fanned back up in that single file running order here. It is still too early. Lap 60 of 200. Man, I tell you what, it is going by pretty quick, Justin, but it's been a heck of a race so far.
Yeah, and Curtis has pit, so everyone in that front group has made their pit stop, and it is going to be Jake Nichols running second, Vern Bradley third, Gabriel Wood fourth, and Tim Cox takes fifth. Chad Klinger falls all the way down to 10th place at the last time they crossed the line.
Now here's something very, very interesting. Jake Nichols came flying up on some lap cars, and they did not move out of the way. So that was beg to differ. But hey, it looks like Nichols made it around them, but he had to go up to the high side and left Vern Bradley down on the low side. Couldn't do anything about it there. But hey, nonetheless, as he pulled in that outside lane here, as we are 2x2 stacked up in a heck of a run. But Corey Wharton in that number 99 machine. I'm going to say that's who that is. In the number 9. Let me look. Yep, Corey Wharton in the 99. They were back there in the very, very back. A lap was going to go lap down. And, hey, I'm not saying they should get out of the way. But as you can see, Jake Nichols falls back down on the inside. I don't think he likes that outside lane. And I'm going to tell you, folks, even though he's been out front leading a lot, I've seen this cat, man, do this many a times. He'll sit up there and be very, very, very patient. You'll see him ride there, ride.
Yeah, and we started this race off with 38 cars taking the green flag. We're down to 27 on the lead lap after 62 laps.
Well, I tell you what, Gabriel Wood out there, we've got Dixon out here, says, Gabe Wood is my honey bunches of oats. And I'm going to take that's either girlfriend, wife, sister, mom. Tell me if I'm wrong, so I know which one it is.
Yeah, I got some good battling going on here around the track. But we haven't paid much attention to that second pack, though. They seem kind of split up a little bit right now.
They do. With the pack right now, though, that is very, very interesting. There's 2x2 and stacked up. There's one back there with Vern Bradley. As these guys, man, are dueling it out to that outside lane as they are jockeying around trying to flirt with it there. You see Matt Egan involved in there. The number 44, Ray Richard. Corey Blevins involved in that one. So it's a good battle back here for the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Yeah, got a lot of double file going on. Single file up front. Looks like they're starting to single file it out a little bit.
They will. I think that's what's going to happen here. But, folks, I'm going to tell you, if you think that they're going to stay single file when this thing gets down to about 10 laps to go, I don't know. It's anybody's ball game. You're going to have to see them put the hammer down and definitely put these things and see what they will do. As Vern Bradley's going to have to push that thing back and drop down somehow. He's getting freight trained very, very bad here as we are seeing a single filed out all the way back to like the 13th and 12th position.
Looks like that's going to be going to get stuck on that high line there. Looks like it may. Can't say who that is quite.
A NASCAR 24/7 out there says it's the mistress.
I'm
out here just reading some of the chat, and I tell you what, kind of catching it here as we're catching all this action going on. Just kind of flipping through the cars here because it looks like they fanned out again, Justin. And hey, haven't asked this, but hey, how's the stream look out for you? How's me and Justin sound up here in the booth? Let us know. Tell you what, I'm always curious in that. So far, it's been a tremendous race, Justin, and a heck of one to call. We're at lap 65 here, 200.
Yeah, it's definitely been a fun one to watch, and really enjoying watching some of these guys race. And you can really learn a lot from them, as we see 2x2 for the lead up here.
Man, I tell you what, well, let's get back up here to the lead because I was way back here in the back here. So let's see what we got going on. Yes, Jake Nichols powering on the outside. He's got Curtis Young right there with him in that. Well, no, actually, excuse me. The O2 machine, that would be Marcus Potts right there on the outside here, but he's trying to battle on the inside there. Gabriel Wood of the 00, but the number 11 machine, I think that is right there. Curtis Young's on the inside. So we're going to see now if Jake Nichols can pull that outside lane to the front here and see what happens is if he's going to have to give up and go to the back and get freight trained. So right now we're going to see what a dang 2-car tandem can do up front.
And Matt Egan, we saw him trying to experiment. You got him and Corey Blevins right there with that group. They were experimenting with that top spot early in the race. Could they go up and try to help Jake, as they are affiliated with FMTV and Iceman Motorsports?
Well, Dixon, I tell you what, if you're that, then they no problem. Sugar daddy of imminent. Oh, Nichols in the wall.
Pack is going to try and spread out as to not hit him. Nichols is very off the pace now. Wonder how much damage he got from that.
I don't know what happened there, but I tell you what, nonetheless we're gonna rewind that back and see what happened here because, man, that was he's in the wall. I don't know if he got bumped or what would have happened. But let's see if we can't take it back here just a little bit and see.
Does look like he has a decent amount of damage on that right side of his right side nose.
Well, that's probably the only way you're gonna slow Superman down is hit him in the wall somehow. Unfortunately, let's see what happened here. I'll have to go back just one little step further here. Let's take it back one more time here, show everybody. Ooh, he got high. Boy, I tell you what, a heck of a driving job there by him. He got very, very out of shape coming out there. Very high, slammed the wall very hard. So Jake Nichols out there, who was running and dominating this race, has hit the wall very hard. Now, like I said, that begs the difference, though. Do they have fast fixes here? He's going to lose that draft and lose it in a hurry, so some drama definitely here. He's got plenty of time to bounce back. Nonetheless, lap 68 to 200. Even if he goes a lap down, he definitely can bounce it back, but he slammed that wall very, very, very hard. You know what? I'm going to have to ask and see if there is a quick fix because that's something we need. As they are going 3 wide. They're getting a little bit racy right now, Justin.
Yeah, David Keynes is going to try and take the lead after that whole slip up. Matt Egan and Ray Rich are going to follow him to that front line.
Yes, they are right now.
He's actually leading the group as he tries to keep his spot on the lead lap.
Well, actually, David Keynes is leading.
And Corey Warren's at the front of the pack, and he's a lap down.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's a lap down. That's what you're seeing up our folks is actually a lap down car who was in front. So that's why you kind of be going, wait a minute, how's Corey Wharton actually is on the tail end in 25th. He's a tail end of the lead lap. He has 44 seconds back. So that's why you're seeing him where he is at right now. Him and the number 32 machine is right there. So actually, the number 61 should be scored as your leader. And it's kind of confusing.
And he's going to move up to the high side, David is. Try and get around Corey, and Matt is not going to go with him. In fact, no one's going to go with him. So David is going to fall back a few spots here.
Yes, he is. He's going to get freight trained in a hurry right here. And I'll tell you what, it is definitely out. Matt Egan's out here, man on a mission, trying to prove something that he can run with these big cats out here today as he's brought it to the front. Nonetheless, leading this one as though I'm going to have to say the pro man slapping the wall like he did. That's the one way you're going to slow him down is hitting the wall. So nonetheless here, folks, and we're getting it done. Lap 71 or 200. We still got a long way to go.
And David Keynes is going to fall all the way back to the tail end of this pack. And that's going to really hurt his momentum and his confidence of that outside line throughout the race.
I'll tell you what, Corey Blevins right now, or actually Corey Wharton in the number 99 is probably screaming, can I get a caution to get back on the dang same lead lap? Now, unfortunately, like you said, I don't think they got quick fixes here. They were supposed to have one, but I guess they turned it off nonetheless here. I don't know why, but I know Bucky Burke said yesterday that they was going to have one fast fix here for this event, so kind of a, hey, it's on him.
I know Bucky was in a little bit of a hurry trying to get everything set up this morning. He may have slipped his mind to set that up.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate because, with a long race like this, one fast fix would have been pretty good because you don't want to see, because it's only going to take one slip and take half this field out, and we're done. And definitely these guys, if they keep fanning like they're doing, But again, right now we see them nose to tail, Justin. But it's only lap 72 or 200. These guys will definitely get it done as the laps go on. They're going to get very more aggressive as it gets closer to go time.
Yeah, definitely. That whole front pack is running single file, and it's definitely going to get more interesting as we start to move on. But for now, I think everyone in that front pack is pretty content with running where they are.
Well, absolutely. Right now, everybody's content to stay in line, run single file as we're looking right here, looking very good. But I'm going to tell you, like I said, lap 73 or 200, though, these guys probably are not going to be content to run like they're going to run. And I just say it's unfortunate because I'm hoping there's not the big one here without the fast fix. You know, now you've got to be very patient, very careful. But you'll start feeling, folks, the drama and start feeling it, kind of the atmosphere go up a little bit. But I tell you, since we're running in a single pack like we're running right now, Justin, there's something I like to do here to let the viewers out here listen to these monster machines storm around this high bank tracks, as I call it, the FMTV 2 Speed Cam, and we'll just let them hear these cars roar around for a couple laps. So let's crank this thing up a little bit and let them hear some speed around this place, Justin.
All right.
Well, I tell you what, Justin, if that doesn't get you doggone, if I don't get your hair, man, standing up on your arm, nothing will. That right there should get your blood
we have
pumping.
a caution. Don't mean to interrupt you there. Trouble on the front stretch. This could be big.
Oh, yes, it is. Wow. I see that looks like 24 was one of them involved, wasn't it?
I believe he made it through.
41 car? Yep, 41.
41 of Robert McFarland.
All right, well, let's go back here just a little bit and see what happened here. I know he was involved in it, but a huge wreck. That's what we was fearing here just a little bit. Let's take it back just one more time here, a little bit more, just to show you what happened there. Wow. Okay, here we go. We're riding along with the number 41 machine, so we kind of get an idea. And he looks like he's got some damage. So it looks like he was about to get lapped. He's back in 32nd position right now, Robert McFarland. So we'll see what happens here. I don't know if it was the case of maybe the field was coming up on him or what. No, he just lost in the turn and went into the infield. Well, yeah, and then tried to stop and slid. And when he slid, the car just would not stop, and then the field was coming. And then he spun right in front of the... Holy cow. No.
And one of the worst parts about it, one of the strongest cars all day, Marcus Potts, is now out of the race.
Oh, wow. I tell you, I don't know what it was. I don't know what happened, why he was... I don't want to speculate, but for some reason he pulled off past pit road down near the grass and then just came back up onto the track spinning, and that's kind of strange, Justin, so I have no clue, man.
And I can tell you two people who are going to be real happy about that caution. The 99 of Corey Warden and the 01 of Jake Nichols.
Oh, absolutely they will. It's just a weird caution to come out here, but nonetheless, lap 78 of 200, Robert McFarland, that was just, it's just kind of weird. But anyways, like you said, yes, the 99 and the 01 definitely going to be very, very happy about that one coming out here, because now we're going to see a storm of cars coming off into pit road here. Matt Egan's bringing them down here. And he's looking very, very good, hoping he could keep up with it. But, you know, unfortunately, a couple cars are out of this race here.
Corey Blevins and Matt Egan definitely are trying to play strategy there, trying to get themselves up front and trying to stay there. They have done that. And now Corey's going to exit pit road. Matt looks like he may have been having a longer pit stop.
It is right here. We're going to see. Now, if I was Jake Nichols, I'd stay in there and get as much of that optional damage done as I could and actually see what happens here.
Well, one thing that I have to bring up, cautions breed cautions.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you what, if they've been patient like they've been all race long, and that's what Jake's doing. He's getting all that optional repair done. Very, very, very smart right there on his end. But nonetheless, we go back up here to the leader. And the leader right now I'm showing is Chad Payne right there on the outside.
Yeah, it's that pit stop definitely shook up, and the caution in general shook up the running order. Everyone had to fan out to avoid the 41 car, and it really is gonna change a lot.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it was just kind of a weird incident there. I mean, like I say, I saw Robert, he's for some reason slowing. I don't know if he had something mechanical go wrong with the car or what. Was slowing down, going in there, then spun, then came back up on the track and spun it around, doing donut. I don't know, just one of those things. But I stay unbiased, and nonetheless, up here we're in the second lap here, or second. Actually, it was what, 3. Let's do a summary right fast. That'll help. That'll tell me right now. Lap leader I'm showing is Chad Klinger up front at 94. We know he's been up front a lot today. Now he's got 78 of 200 laps completed, 7 lead changes for 2 cautions, so that's definitely not bad there, Justin.
Yeah, and it's been going a lot quicker than I honestly expected it to be. I expected to see a few more cautions than there have been, but it's been a very good race so far.
Absolutely, these guys are putting it on. Now we got a contest thing here going on, folks. If by that you need to get on here, there's a link out there. MK Jewelry, who is on Facebook, wants you to pick the leader with 10 to go. Post the driver numbers that you think will win the race in their chat, in their Facebook. Okay, you got to do it by 20 to go, which is you got to do it by lap 180 nonetheless here. So doing it by then, you definitely will get in there a chance to win a pair of earrings. That's brought to you by MK Jewelry. And I tell you what, Justin, while we're sitting here, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
All right.
"2017 is a big deal at Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
We want to give a big thank you to our customers for making us #1 in customer service in the state of South Carolina. That means you drive Camrys for $149 a month or get 0 APR for 72 months. Drive new Corollas and RAV4s with 0 APR for 60 months.
Plus, with the Fred Anderson Family Plan, your vehicle will last longer, drive better, and save you thousands. Hurry to Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
All right, we're back here, about ready to get set to go back. Green flag action here, and it has been non-stop so far. Justin, he is, he's back now. I tell you what, welcome back, Justin.
Good
time.
got back as soon as you started.
Hey, good time, and I tell you what, hey, you know, we got to take breaks along with everybody else up here. It's a long, that's the longest race I've ever called so far, but you know, nonetheless, it doesn't feel that bad because it has went by a lot faster than I thought it would.
Yeah, and you got to feel for these guys. They have to sit there the entire time. They can't get up.
Oh yeah, nonetheless. Now I did a race one time when I did road courses, and we ran 3 to 3.5 hours. So I feel for these guys around the road course. Very, very long, very, very strenuous. As lights off on the pace car, going to send these monster machines a flying again. As Chad Klinger's going to lead them there with Corey Blevins.
Yeah, row 2 will consist of Gary Sexton and Curtis Young. Matt Egan and Gabriel Wood round out row 3. Ray Richard, David Keynes, Michael D'Amico, and Eric Stanford round out your top 10.
Heck yeah, and I'll tell you what, pace car's coming out of turn number 4 here, going to make that hard left turn off on the pit road and send these guys a storming down here. There's a green flag is about to fly here again, folks. To get set here, hold on to your hats. Lap number 82 here, green flag in the air as we hear these monster machines revving through the gears here at Daytona International Speedway, 2x2 stacked up. Look at these cars are storming down the straightaway.
Into turn 1 they go, led by Chad Klinger down on that inside line. They're going to go 2x2, nose to tail, door to door, through the turn. Chad Klinger's going to come off with the lead, though, as we got a little bit of contact in the back of the pack. They keep it straight, but someone's going to be falling off.
Yeah, it is. I saw that live right there, folks, but they are still locked up, glued together, door to door, nose to tail, like you were talking. Them guys back there were jockeying around, beating and banging. As right now, Chad Klinger's taking that number 94 machine out front, and he's got Gary Saxton right there on his back door. Corey Blevins on the outside, though, battling it out with Matt Egan, Curtis Young, Ray Richard, Gabriel Woods, David Keynes. Those guys, man, are just dueling it out already with lap 83.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time to gain spots on a restart. That's the best time to gain spots, and they know that, and that's what they're trying to do. Corey Blevins going to drop back on that high line. That high line didn't work for him and his partner up there, but going to drop back on the inside line, and they're going to try it again later.
Well, absolutely, and I tell you what, here we go. I just hope that some of the other guys can get back up here right now. Chad Klinger looking very, very, very strong up front here. As nonetheless, he's got Gary Sexton right there as they're fanned out, nose to tail, wheel to wheel, running out here, saying, hey, look, still a little too early to get aggressive. We got to be patient like they were, but I'll tell you what, that restart was very, very hairy on their end.
Yeah, and things can get like that very quickly. They did a great job of keeping it straight, not getting involved in a wreck there, not starting anything, and just keeping it going and keeping it as clean as possible.
Sure we can, Lo. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to run through the field here. Tell you what, we'll give you even better shot here running through the field. Boom, there we go. Let's run through the field here. There you go. Fred Anderson Toyota, Bucky Burke. He's right there running in 11th spot. So we're going to run through the field here. Just look at some of these paint jobs and cars here. I tell you right there, Michael D'Amico in the 12th spot. He's got his hands full. The guy on the outside, Justin, has a number 71 of Bobby Jones right there.
Yeah, I was just watching that battle. Looks like they're going to get it kind of single filed out here. But that was a really good battle for a little bit. Whoa, we got a little bit of contact there. Can't see who that was between.
I don't know, just running through the field here, showing off some of the cars. We had a little request out there to do that, but I tell you, they are right there. And then I'm on his, this is Lee McNeese. He got a heck of a paint job in that 84 machine. It's got the peanuts on it.
Lee McNeese?
Yeah, Lee McNeese. He's in the 14th spot. He got peanuts on his car.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I'll tell you what, it's kind of nice looking there. And then behind him, the 101 car sitting in 15th. And then we got Judd Danielson right there in 16th. And the Folgers, I'll tell you what, he's out here. He's got his coffee ready. He's going to keep himself awake. And Travis Lonese right there in 17th with the DeWalt machine. He's trying to pull out his power tools and say, look, I'm going to try to get this car fixed up and get it to the front somehow, some way.
Yeah, that front group is a little breakaway, but they're not done battling. They're still going at it up there.
Yes, they are right here. We're still just running back through the field here a little bit. It's a 19 machine of Austin Lonese, and he's under just rest. Right there's Ryan W. Daniels. in a Fusion Motorsports machine. He's got Aiden Young in the 09 right there all over him, an Iceman machine, Cincy 09 right there. They are locked together nose to tail, and they are bringing those two cars up front, running 19th and 20th. Now the number 99 of Corey Wharton, who actually was up front, and he was a recipient of that last one, is back in 22nd there. And the 01 of Jake Nichols, not definitely. He's about to get he's got a lot of damage, and unfortunately without a fast fix, just has messed up a lot of guys' races here. I really hate that. I really would have loved to have seen a fast fix involved in this race, but nonetheless, it is what it is. 23rd for Jake Nichols right now. He definitely was the dominant car here today. Led 57 laps so far, got into the wall hard up front, and you know with the arrows, he's about to get overrun by the leaders there. But the arrow here is so important, and without it, you can forget about it. But the other Folgers car here, Kevin Fetty, running 24th, Justin.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where if you can get it all fixed as best as you can try and compete. But it looks like Jake is going to be, unless he has some more damage that he just wasn't able to get fixed on that caution, looks like he is not going to be a contender for the rest of this race.
Oh no, he's pretty much done, because he's got a lot of damage on that car in the front right quarter panel there is just not going to get fixed. Unfortunately, and it's not just him, it's some other cars, but nonetheless, I'm going to tell you what, can't take anything away from him, anybody else out here, but he was definitely up front running very well. So we're running through the field here like I told you we would here, and see what we got going on here. As we see right there, Robert McFarland is in the pits trying to get that machine. We're back up front here though. Chad Klinger right there, definitely. He's got Matt Egan right there on the back end of him. He's got Ray Richard right there. So now with Jake Nichols kind of out of the picture, I'm going to have to say it's going to be probably pretty much anybody's ball game.
Yeah, it's always anyone's ball game, even with Jake up there. It's just now going to be even more of one because he was so dominant and he was able to keep that front pack in line. And now that he's out of it, we haven't seen really anyone step up to take that lead. But with Jake up there, now Jake's gone, it's really going to be interesting to see who tries to step up and take that leadership role of the front pack.
Oh, absolutely. We're coming up here 10 laps ago for the halfway point of this race, and so far the halfway point has been a thriller. I tell you what, a lot of action here is happening. We've got 2 cautions so far. Right now, the first man a lap down would be Jake Superman Nichols himself. Then you got Kevin Fetty right there, Mike Donahue, you got Gary Whitner, Eric Sandfield, the first man 2 laps down. Michael D'Amico right there in the 27th spot. And looks like we've got a couple cars that are out of this one so far. 75 laps down, Joe Owen, 62 laps down. Glenn Fetty, 7 is Tyler Roberts. Now 16 laps, Robert McFarland. Well, he was the one that's just involved, so he'll probably go even further. Cody Tabor, I'm not even showing him in here.
I know he was in it early on. I believe he may have gotten some damage from that first wreck. Yeah, that first caution, because I saw him sitting on the infield. I don't know if he was involved in it or if that was something different, but.
Well, I tell you what, right here, folks, I know we're looking at them all. They're all fanned out, nose to tail, single file going around here. It's a freight train just firing around this 2.5-mile track here, and that's kind of what you expect to see with the Cup cars. Unlike seeing the trucks and the Xfinity, those guys are usually glued door to door. These guys are usually glued nose to tail.
Yeah, definitely a lot of patience going around here. And you said it, at this point in the race that it would be door to door with trucks and Xfinity, but these guys are a little bit more professional, and these cars they don't have that ability to stay side by side like that as well as the truck and Xfinity cars do.
Absolutely.
So they're taking it patiently. They're just kind of drafting, just kind of feeling it out. Surprised no one's making a move to that high line, especially someone like Corey Blevins. Surprised no one's up there in that front group. They're all single file on that inside.
Yeah, no doubt. I tell you what, and right now, yeah, I'm not 100% sure about that, Justin. Well, I spun around and on the track, but nonetheless, either way brought the caution. Now they're jockeying around a little bit up front there. Now, I want to see how patient Matt Egan's going to be in that machine in front behind Chad Klinger. Is he going to want to get that car up there? Is he going to want to flirt and try? Now, remember, We haven't brought this up either, Justin. They can't go below that double yellow line, so you can see that's why they're doing this. He's going to have to do on the outside. And we've got a 3-car breakaway up there on the outside, testing the waters out just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised Corey I was going to say, I'm surprised Corey Blevins isn't up there with him, and Corey just jumped up and took the lead of that little group. They're going to have to make a decision to go down or stay high because they have another group of cars right behind them. And it looks like there's more cars starting to move up high. Now Corey's going to take that outside line and go inside of the 2 guys in front of him that just jumped up with him, which would have been, I believe, Gabrielle Wood and Curtis Young jumped out and tried to jump out in front of them. Corey ducked down low and everyone followed except for them 2, and now they're going to get left behind.
Yeah, well, we'll see if they can hold up. And I tell you what, what's going on, Michelle? How you doing? Yeah, you caught it right in time here. 94 or 200. We got the FMTV Daytona 500. Yeah, I said that right. Full 200 laps. And right now, Justin, we have got a 4-car freight train coming on the outside. Corey Blevins is going to say, look, guys, let's see if we can't bring it to the front. And he is doing it. He is bringing that front. This is what we wanted to see. Yeah, I'm
wondering who Matt Egan's going to go with. Is he going to stay low or go high?
That's true. Well, I'm going to tell you what we're seeing is this is what we wanted to see, Justin. We wanted to see 4 cars taking on the 4 cars there. Can they bring that outside to the front? Now, hey, Michelle, how you doing out there? Michael, lawyer and all. Michelle, well, I'll tell you what, I've never seen a number 1 sim racing fan in my life. That woman, man, jumps from here to there to everywhere. She's got a page out there, but right now we're about to see that outside lane if it can storm to the front because it has got Corey Blevins, and I know that man can bring a car to the front nonetheless as they are door to door wheeling around here at lap number 95, Justin.
Yeah, and Chad Klinger and Matt Egan are kind of enjoying this now. They're watching that in their mirror. They don't seem too worried though. They're both just staying on that inside line while these 8 guys behind them stay side by side, glued right next to each other. It looks like the outside line is going to back off a little bit here and will fall back about a half a car length to the 3rd place car, and they're now going to start falling back a little bit more as it starts to get a little bit disorganized in the back of that group, and now it's just Corey and one other driver up there.
Well, absolutely. Well, I tell you what, though, they're going to have to try this outside lane, Justin. If they're going to want to get anybody, if you're going to want to win, you're going to have to flirt with that outside lane. That's just all it is to it. So you better do it now and test the waters and see how well. I'll tell you what, the 25 car almost jockeyed up there and got it. But you're going to have to test the waters and see what you can do and see how many cars it's going to take. And man, I tell you what, Corey Blevins right there, door slammed the side there of Vern Bradley as they got together and touched.
Yeah, I was watching that from Matt Egan's rear bumper, and you can just see all the cars all over the place. And you watch from his rear bumper, and you could see them go a little bit higher, go a little bit lower, and you could see how just all over the place everyone was there for a second.
Yeah, it is. Well, you're 100% right. I tell you what, by driving these cars yesterday, that's one thing I noticed. In a draft, these things bounced around. They were very, very unsettling. But, you take it back to that high side thing here. You're going to have to make that high side work. That's all it is to it. And if you're going to get it, because the guy out in front or in front of you, he's going to protect that inside lane like it's his wallet in his pocket, because you can't drop below the green or the yellow line. So that means you're going to have to bring that outside. So these guys are going to, in the front, are eventually going to have to step out. And then it makes it different. Is the guy behind you going to come with you?
Yeah, we saw it there. They started to try and make that high line, and they found out who was going to go with them or not, and they got it going, and they got up to 3rd place, but it just slowly started disorganizing, and they fell out. And now there's just 2 cars left up there.
Absolutely. I tell you what, it is 2 cars right there as we're seeing these guys fan out nonetheless here, as they are definitely going 2 by 2 in the backside there, and it's a heck of a battle going on.
Yeah, and this lead pack is 15 cars, and you could throw a blanket over them.
Yeah, it is. I tell you what. Well, we got a lot of chatter going on out in the chat room, but I tell you, hey, there's a heck of a car. We got one more lap to go here for the halfway. You want to take some bets that Chad Klingerman leads the halfway point?
I think he certainly will. That outside doesn't seem to have just momentum yet, and I don't think Matt Egan is going to risk taking that and trying to lead it halfway. I don't think he wants it that bad. I think he just wants to try and stay in line and stay up front as long as he can.
Well, now let's bring up the question here. As Klinger did lead that lap, but when does Matt make the move? Because Chad's not giving up that inside, but will Ray go with him? I mean, that's what we're talking about. He's going to have to go to the outside, or he's going to have to move Klinger. Now, will he do that? But when do you start thinking about it? The next 80 laps or so?
I say you start thinking about it right around lap 150, but you don't take any action. I think you start kind of getting up to his bumper, seeing how his car handles with you right on it around lap 180, and you really decide when to make your move. If you're going to move him, try and do it turn 4 of the last lap so he doesn't have a chance to get next to you. But if you want to try and get around him, I say you have to do it somewhere within the 195 to 199 mark. Try and get that outside line running, and once you get to that final lap, get a big run on the outside and try to get around him.
Well, absolutely. I tell you what, they're talking football in the chat here. Go Patriots. How's that? They ain't gonna like me now after I said that, because they're a bunch of Falcon fans. But nonetheless, you're right, Justin. He's got to be thinking that in his mind. I mean, I've got about another 70, 80 laps here before I'm going to even think about it. What are the guys behind me going to do? Now, Matt Egan, let's look here, because he's with his team. Now, his teammate Ray Richard is right behind him, so wherever he goes, they got to be talking about that. Chad Klinger's teammate is nowhere to be found, I don't think. Nope, he's not up there. So, Chad's all alone. He's got no help. But right now, Matt does. He's got a teammate right on his back bumper there. So that can play, I don't know. That can be strategy.
Yeah, Philip Meyer is currently back in 8th spot. He's with that front pack, but he's not in a position to where he can help Chad. And not only do Matt and Ray have themselves up there, they have David Kane, so we don't know what he's going to do. But they have Vern Bradley in 5th. He is an Iceman driver. He is affiliated with FMTV and PF and that whole team.
And that's right. So there's a slew of teammates up there that's going to push somebody to the front. Now, Chad Klinger was the man on the thing, and they didn't like my Patriots comment out there too much. But
and they're actually catching Austin Loney's right now. He's in turn 3. He's right ahead of this lead pack.
Well, absolutely, yep. He'll probably move up high, let this Pac-Man go along the side. But hey, you can't take anything away, man. Tom Brady's the man. Come on now.
Yeah, I'm going for the Falcons. I like watching football, but I'm not a Patriots fan. Patriots and Broncos are my 2 teams that I do not root for.
Oh man, I'm a Carolina Panthers fan. Been that way since day one. They came a 95 in the season.
Shouldn't you be rooting for NFC? Oh, we got contact back in the pack.
Yes, we do.
Car under the W line.
I saw that right here. Got contact here. Well, the reason I don't root for the Falcons, Justin, is they are a rivalry to Carolina, and I don't know. I think it's more the Tom Brady than just the Patriots.
Yeah.
I think that's really it. It's more Tom Brady. To me, you're a 6th-round draft pick, and that man does what he does. It's phenomenal. But nonetheless, this race is phenomenal, Justin. These guys are turning up the wick a little bit here at lap 105 of 200.
Yeah, it looks like that incident with Philip Mayer was Gary Sexton just got a little bit too close to his left rear quarter panel, got him a little loose off of turn 2, and got him sideways. Great job of hanging on to it, though, by Philip Mayer and everyone else to avoid him.
Well, that fanned out the group back there a little bit. They're going to have to get locked back up nose to tail here if they want to get back up out of that front pack here. That's Philip Meyer. He definitely had a little scare there, but hey, nonetheless, these guys will get formed up. We'll get back in their single file and try to bring that thing back up to the front here. Corey Blevins, I know, knows how to, but Chad Klinger, the man, still out front, holding on to this one after Jake Nichols slapping the wall very, very hard, who was dominating this race early on. But I don't know.
Well, they keep going single file around this track. 7-car breakaway up front now after that whole incident. But Corey Blevins is he wants to get back up there, but I don't know that he doesn't have much help to up there with him. They're not very organized in that second group yet. If they can tighten up just a little bit more, then catch him.
Yeah, I know, and it won't take them long, and I think they will, because that front pack up there's, I mean, they are tight in themselves, but the back couple cars aren't as tight, so they could be able to he could be able to catch the end part of the draft there, Curtis Young, and be able to pull himself up there and get a heck of a freight train. But right now, these guys are settled in, lap 107 of 200. We have seen a very, very, very good patient style. And to be honest with you, Justin, we're actually seeing what we're going to see in the real Daytona 500. I mean, this is pretty much standard Cup style draft racing now.
Yeah, and I don't want to make any suggestions here or anything for these guys. Green flag pit stops in about 10 laps.
Okay, good deal. Well, that actually, we had green flag pit stops before. Now, if they go 10 laps, that's still going to put them on a 2 more pit stop window. It's going to put it very, very close. That caution actually threw off the pit stops.
Yeah, I'm going to say lap 15 is when they made that first pit stop. It was about 40 laps later that they made the next pit stop. Then they pit again on about lap 78, and it has been 30 laps.
Yep, and that's it knocked off their cycle from the first one. They pitted around lap 54?
They pit 15, then about 54, 55, yeah, and then 78.
Yep, and so that second one right there kind of threw them off. They didn't go quite the whole 40-some laps that we went before, so that's why. So now we're looking here as it's a two-stop race. There's no way around it. I mean, you've got 110. If they pit in the next 5 laps, they're still going to have to pit for the end of this one. Now, that's win strategy. Now, granted, there's no caution involved, but if it goes green the entire time, that's where the strategy. Do you take tires, the 2 tires, just fuel like we were talking about earlier in the race?
Yeah, Bucky Burr, I believe that is, just slid up a little bit. That could have been big. He slid up and almost got into the left rear quarter panel of Gary Sexton, but they kept it off each other and they want to keep going.
Well, I tell you what, right now Gary Sexton's right there in the back, and you're right. He has Bucky Burke right there in front of him. Nonetheless, and you got Bobby Jones right there. Those guys, men, are 2x2, and they kind of looking like they're going to say, So Bucky's caught on the outside a little bit there, and we'll see what happens. He'll probably fall back to the back. That outside lane just does not look, but at some point, these guys are going to have to get enough cars up there, and they're going to have to bring that outside lane to the front.
Speaking of Bobby Jones, isn't there some giveaway you were talking about earlier?
There was a giveaway, yes, sir. I'll tell you what, they need to put that out there. MK Jewelries. Now, look, folks, you have got to lap 180. Log on to the Facebook website there of MK Jewelry, and whoever is leading this thing, post it out there, post the leader. By the lap 10, with 10 to go, they were going to give away a set of earrings to the winner out there. So, again, MK Jewelry, and I know that they're probably going to post a link to the Facebook out there in the chat, so you guys can get registered up. But you got until lap 180 to do that, and then they're going to get a winner out here tonight for MK Jewelry. And so far, this has been a tremendous race. As now it looks like that second pack has caught the front runner pack, and it's a heck of a freight train going on.
Yeah, they're starting to catch another lap. The car looks like he's going to stay high, but single file as of right now, as we now complete lap 111. We have, about 89 to go here?
We do. We got about 89 to go here in this right. Look at that. The lap car, he's very, very, very professional. Stand up high right now. Chad Klinger out front. Matt Egan in second. Ray Richard right there on the back door. You got David Caines right there in fourth. Vern Bradley, I call him the veteran. He's right there in fifth. Gabriel Wood in sixth. Cedric Young in seventh. Corey Blevins in eighth. Philip Myers ninth. And Bobby Jones in 10th. I tell you, these guys are good. Now, early on, we just said Jake Superman Nichols was out here, the pro driver, but he slammed the wall very, 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 very hard when he was up front. He was dominating very, very good, but nonetheless got caught up, and unfortunately, they were supposed to be a fast fix in this race, but evidently fast fix didn't get turned on or something, and it kind of ended a lot of guys' night already.
And I was just about to bring him up. I don't know if he was necessarily struggling to keep up with them, or if he just didn't want to be up there with that group, because he is currently hanging out with a little 6-car group that's split up into 2 right now. That involves Eric Stanford, Travis Lownice, Corey Warden, Aiden Young, and I believe Ryan Daniels may be in there.
Well, I tell you what, I see him. He's still out there 1 lap down, 21st, but he does have damage on that car. Now, I've seen him do it time and time again. Patient, get around. He understands this is a long, long, long race, so if he can get that lap back, get back on the lead lap, he might be able to get that thing to the front.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see how everything plays out here. Because I expect there to be at least 2 more cautions by the end of this race, and I expect there to be a fairly decent sized crash. As much as I hate to say it, I expect
hush, man, come on now, wait a minute.
Well, I mean, yes, these are a bunch of pro drivers, but it's a product of Daytona and Talladega. There's almost always a big one, and I get that these are pro drivers. These are really good drivers, but they can't race so aggressively like they have so far and not have a wreck. Well,
right now they're showing a lot of patience and a lot of hey, we're waiting to the end. But you're right. When they start turning the wick up, like that's what I was trying to say is right now that inside lane's dominant. They're single file, nose to tail. But when do you flirt out there on the outside? Who goes with you? Who doesn't? When do we start seeing these guys, very, very hard, get on the back bumper? Right now they're holding off, keeping the cars cool. They're not up on the back bumper of somebody pushing them around. You won't see that till probably 10 laps to go. That's when you're going to see the hammer down, and you're going to feel the tension in the air build.
Yeah, and it's a lot of jockeying around up front, but they're for the most part single file. I think for the most part, people know that Corey Blevins has been very brave with going to the outside. I think they trust going up there with him. I think they'll be fine with that. But other than that, no one's really stuck to that outside like Corey has.
I totally agree with you right there. Right now we're at lap 116, about to hit 117, a 200 here today. This is the FMTV Daytona 500, folks, and I tell you what, it has been a thriller. Right now, yeah, the cars have been kind of running around in a freight train nonetheless. I'm Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied by Justin Richards up here today. And hope I'm saying your last name, Justin, right?
It's Richter, but whatever.
Okay, Richter. Go figure. I can't get it right, but hey.
Just replace the H with a K and then say the T and you're pretty much fine.
All right, good. Richter. All right, there you go. I'm up here calling him Richard the whole day. Gum race. Hey, go figure. That's just the way it is.
But I have one of those names that people mispronounce all the time. I just learned to get used to it.
Well, I tell you what, this is what it's about. We're out here having fun. The viewers out there are definitely having a blast, and a heck of a race out here. So it is awesome.
Yeah, we see a couple cars starting to get up on that outside, but we have pit stops going on here. Corey Blevins, Matt Egan, and a few others going to come into pit road. A little bit of brake lockup. And it looks like we have Ray Richard coming in, David Keynes, Vern Bradley, Bucky Burt, Gary Sexton. We have Aiden Young, Ryan Daniels, all coming into pit road here at the same time.
Yeah, we do. And I tell you what, a slew of cars here coming into pit road. They said, oh, and Ryan Daniels slid through his pit right there. We just saw that one as Aiden Young got in there. But nonetheless, yeah, Ryan Daniels, Ray Richards taking his pit stop, coming on out here. He's got his 4 tires and he's gone. This is going to jockey up and it's going to kind of jumble up the running order. That's the word we're looking for.
And one thing that I noticed, every single time he's had to make a pit stop, Matt Egan has lost a tremendous amount of time. He was right up there ahead of Ray Richard. Look how far ahead Ray is. He's back there with people that was like Corey Blevins that were back in 8th, 9th, 10th position.
Yeah, I don't know, man, if it's product, he's going to have to talk to his crew, man, after the race and say, look, fellas, y'all need to take your Wheaties and eat a little bit more before the race here because y'all are killing me out here.
And also, Ray Richards very far out ahead of this group. That could be a problem here as we see the leaders go around this group of cars exiting the pits.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't know. Michelle, I'm not sure what the link there is. Hang on just a second, Will. Let's see if I can't Let's see if I can't, well, I'll tell you what, y'all are talking so fast out here in the chat and I can't even get Will. I'm gonna actually, Will, I added you as a moderator, Will Norton, and that way you'll be able to put the link in there for everybody.
Got more pit stops going on here. It looked like that may have been someone in the grass.
I see that. We do got somebody in the grass.
I saw him getting on pit road is a little tricky. That's David Gainforth, I believe, in the 101 car. He stayed up a little bit too late and tried to get on a pit road. And I think he braked too late and just slid through the grass. That's going to be a penalty for him.
Yeah, good. Well, I was gonna see if Will could actually send the link to the Facebook link there for us and whatnot. But right now, man, we have got pit stops going on here. Green flag pit stops here. I say, since we're going some green flag pit stops, let's take a commercial break right fast, Justin. And I tell you what, we'll be right back. And this action is definitely, and I'll tell you what, Matt Egan's right there all over the back end. He's caught back up with Ray Richard. They're in a heck of a group, but they're way back there in 8th and 9th. But I think they're going to cycle around and get to the front. But we'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere.
2017 is a big deal at Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
We want to give a big thank you to our customers for making us #1 in customer service in the state of South Carolina. That means you drive Camrys for $149 a month or get 0 APR for 72 months. Drive new Corollas and RAV4s with 0 APR for 60 months.
Plus, with the Fred Anderson Family Plan, your vehicle will last longer, drive better, and save you thousands. Hurry to Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway with the FMTV 500. Currently, pit stop's trying to cycle out here. Gabriel Wood is your current leader, but I don't know if he has pit yet. We'll try and find that out for you guys. Pit stop cycle are trying to go through here. Yes, they have pit, so pit stops have cycled through, and now, as you can see, there's a little group. There's multiple groups going on right here. Matt Egan is currently pushing Ray Richard around with Corey Blevins and Bucky Burt in that group. All 4 of those are probably talking. I know 3 of them are in the same team, and they're going to try and catch this front group of Curtis Young, Gabriel Wood, Chad Klinger, and Philip Mayer. We got a couple little groups getting organized here. It'll definitely be interesting to see how this one plays out. Trying to find Matt Egan's car. There you go. Alright. So we got Ray Richard, Matt Egan, Bucky Burt, Corey Blevins, all in a group with a few other guys. Let's see who else is in there. We got Bobby Jonas, Jude Danielson Jude Danielson's back in this race. That's awesome to see. He had gone a lap down very early in this race, and he's now back up there in 10th place. We got few other cars on the lead lap. We actually got 19 on the lead lap right now. Jake Nichols is the first car a lap down in 20th spot. But this second pack is going to try and catch up to the front 4 breakaway. And they're doing a decent job of getting up there, but there's a couple guys in that second group that are battling, and that could prove quite troublesome if they can't get them single filed out.
Well, absolutely there, Justin. I tell you what, I'm back here, and heck of a race so far. Want to appreciate all the viewers out there. And Justin, I tell you, man, I don't know. This race has went by quicker than we thought it would.
Yeah, it really has. It's only been an hour and 47 minutes here since this race got started.
Yes, it is. And I want to appreciate every one of the viewers out there. And right now I'm showing 37 people right now watching this thing, and that is awesome. I truly am thankful, and I thank everyone out there that's watching this here. This has been one heck of an event here. Stay tuned, and it's going to get even more hot and heavy, folks, as we're here at FMTV Daytona 500, the first running of it, and it is just awesome. And if you want to check out some more great leagues, check me out here on FMTV2 every Thursday night for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Some Cup action on Saturday nights for Racing Freak Cup action. And if you want to see some awesome trucks, check me out on Sunday night, Monday night, and Wednesday night. Well, actually Wednesday night's late models, but I tell you, just all kinds. And I tell you, I appreciate it, Michelle. All the viewers out there, Justin, I appreciate you being up here in the booth with me and helping me out today. It has been a heck of a race so far, and I'm always thankful for all the help and all the compliments and everything like that.
Yeah, I enjoyed being up here, and I appreciate you guys giving me the chance to be up here and work with y'all. It's really a really fun business once you get into it.
It is, man. I'm going to tell you what. So, what do you mean thumbs down? I don't know about no thumbs down now.
Who's giving us thumbs down?
I don't know. I think somebody out there said we're getting a thumbs down, but heck, I don't know. I don't see any. I see one thumbs up, so we're good so far. But hey, nonetheless, I tell you what, it is a heck of a race so far right there. And the leader still is Curtis Young out front. He's got Gabriel Woods up there in the front here as we was riding along with the backpack here. But I tell you, it is a heck of a race. And like I say, just love every minute of the viewers, the fans, the drivers, the leagues. I mean, this race right now has been everything we thought it would be.
Yeah, and there's that front 4 breakaway. The second little group, including the PSFHRs, they were starting to catch for a little bit, but they soon fell off. They started to catch them, but I think when the lap cars they were passing, because they passed some lap cars, they kind of split them up. As we have a battle for the lead right here, or a battle for second. Chad Klinger made the move to the outside, and Philip Mayer is going to follow, and we're going to see how that ends up for him. This could allow the second group to catch up.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
Looks like Chad's going to fall back in line.
Well, they are right. We got 22 dislikes and 17 likes, and we got 37 people. So I don't know. You know what? You're right. People trolls, people hate, and I guess they don't like the fact of a good show. But you know what? Stuff like that does not faze me. Doesn't bother me. Nonetheless, we're putting on a heck of a show. And what you're seeing out here, though, is probably the closest to realistic draft style racing you're going to get. You know, I know a lot of guys are like, well, these cars are just doing nothing but just riding in a single line. I tell you what, in a couple of weeks, watch the real Daytona. Until they get down to, well, the first probably 20 laps, they'll be side by side, but middle of that race, they're going to be the same way. Single file and whatnot to the end of the race here. Folks, if you think they're going to stay like this in the last 10 laps, think again. These guys probably would be bunched up. Like you said, we're knocking on wood. Hopefully the big one hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I really am enjoying watching this front 4 run around, but that second group is even more interesting. You got, 10 cars in that now, I think.
Yeah, right now we actually got 4-car breakaway right there up front, Justin, and then behind them, you're right, in 5th spot, you got Ray Richard leading the pack there, Mad Egan. You got Bucky Burke himself right there, Corey Blevins, Bobby Jones, and it's got about a slew of 7 or so cars there, so I don't know.
Yeah, they're not organized enough to really catch them. I'm sure they're really going to be banking on a caution and not to be them, because other than that, I don't see any way they can catch them. Because I know that those front four are going to be really good on pit stops unless they somehow all four slide through their stall.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But I tell you what, that group back there, they're nose to tail. They're not far away from that pack of four. That pack of four, if they got to go and battling, that pack behind them will definitely run them down, because they are all nose to tail. And you've got about, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's like 9 cars there as opposed to 4 cars. So we're going to see if they can't bring it to the front.
My worry with that 8-car pack, though, those back four are really, they've been trying to battle for a while here. And they've gotten even Corey Blevins, the 4th car, that he's been started to get pulled back. So that is a very disorganized group, as it now falls to 7 cars, as Austin Lonis is going to fall out of it. But the front 4 are trying to stay really organized, but the 4 behind them just keep battling.
Yep, no doubt. I tell you what, who's run the fastest lap out here? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to let Justin look for that right fast. Justin, somebody asked who ran the fastest lap so far out here. The man out right now currently the leader, but who's the fastest lap man out here?
I can't really tell that. I have to go through and look through the cars. The fastest one that I can see is actually Matt Egan with a 44.273. I'll keep looking, though, to see if there's anyone faster.
Yeah, right now he looks like he's got a 273 on his. I'm looking through.
Marcus Potts ran a 44.253.
Okay,
before
so
he could take, out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any faster laps than that.
Yep. So there you go. Kind of answered your question for you right there. Is nonetheless, I mean, hey, again, appreciate the viewers. Hope you like the ticker up there. I worked my butt off to try to get that thing right and whatnot. And we haven't really had a chance to talk to a lot of the drivers yet. And that's something I want to do here is kind of talk to some of the drivers mentioned. But we will get a lot of them talked to after the race here. Obviously, the winner in the top 3. Definitely will be able to get some talking to them. But nonetheless, these guys are storming around this 2.5-mile track and looking very, very good doing it.
Corey Blevins, I've now found, has the fastest lap, 44.246. He's the fastest I've found now.
Okay, good deal. Kind of answering the questions out there for y'all folks. We're looking through the actual, trying to look through here to try to get some of the lap times for you. Hey, I appreciate it, Michelle. I like I say, worked my butt off on that thing. It was I was about ready to kick the TV, nonetheless, a couple of times because I couldn't get some things to work right. But either way, man, this is a phenomenal race so far. As we're looking back in here. David Kane's back in the 14th spot. Now they're in a 4-car battle right here, 4-car deal. They got Jake Nichols along with them, and unfortunately, like I said, Jake Nichols involved in that wreck early on, and was supposed to be a fast fix here in this race. Unfortunately, didn't get on, but a few cars suffered. But man, this field is spread out right now, Justin.
Yeah, there's sorts of groups. It's not like there's any single cars just running around. They're all in a group. You have the front 4 in a group, then 5th through about 10th are in a group with a couple of lap cars in there. Got 11th and 12th running together, possibly some lap cars in there. So there's just groups all around the track.
Well, absolutely. We got Curtis Young up front right now with Gabriel Woods in second. As he is all over there. Look at that there. Diver Bomb. I like that back end. Diver Bomb Motorsports. We got a 4-car deal going on up front here. Those guys are nose to tail. Curtis Young, Gabriel Wood, Chad Klinger, and Philip Myers. They are all locked together. Now, behind them, a little further back, Ray Richard, Matt Egan.
That's
and
actually
the
to the outside of Ray.
I see that. So he's flirting with us in. So, wait a minute. Well, we're going to see if Matt can actually hold that high side.
Nah, he's gonna fall back here. Looks like.
Let's watch right. You're right. He's going to drop like a rock as Bucky Burke went on the inside there and went with Ray Richards. Now that is kind of. I mean, they were teammates. And woo, I tell you what, man. Look at Corey Blevins look at Matt Egan's trying to pinch his way in the inside there.
And now Bucky is going to go the outside of Ray.
Well, this is not going to help. They're battling here to try to catch that four-car group up there. But I tell you what, these guys are door to door, wheeling around here already at lap 139. They're saying, "Look, let's get a little bit of a drafting going on, or hard racing, so to speak, and see what these cars can really do."
Yeah, I think what they're doing is they're trying to. Because I think they figured that Ray wasn't working the front of the group as well. So I think they're trying to get new drivers up there in the front because Matt's been a really good pusher. I think they're trying to get Bucky up there because he is a Toyota, seeing how the Toyota handles the front of the draft and see if that can work up with them.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll tell you what, right here, I'm going to give you a race summary right fast. The leader out there is Curtis Young. We are completed 139 of 200 laps. 10 lead changes and only 2 cautions, so that kind of answered the question out there of cautions. It has been a heck of a run. The top 5 right now: Curtis Young, Gabriel Wood, Chad Klinger, Philip Meyer, and Bucky Burt has moved up into the top 5, folks. This has been a tremendous race so far. These guys are putting on a heck of a show, and it's not over with. We're at lap 141 of 200.
Yeah, it's definitely going to get even more interesting. I really find it interesting that they made that move, but I also can see why they did it, because if that is the reason they're trying to get someone else up front, it could work, but they have to make it work.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, because a lot of those guys right there are on the same teams or working together of teams until probably the end here, but nonetheless, we're going to see. I mean, can Bucky Burke bring that group to the front and see what happens here as Ray Richards is right there behind them. So that front 4 group, they're right now 4 seconds back. So we're going to watch the timing gap here and see as, man, you're seeing right there on the back end of Bucky Burke. Wow. That... Matt was all over the back end of it. What's going on, DRE? How you doing, man?
One thing that I want to say.
Yes, sir.
They can get on fuel the rest of this way. It is going to be extremely close. They're coming to start lap 26 on this fuel run, and which means they have about 15 laps of fuel left, which puts them right at 157. So that gives them 44 laps to make it on fuel. So it will definitely be a close one.
Yes, it will. I'll tell you what, I want to welcome all the viewers out there, man. It's been a tremendous race. We're running FMTV Daytona 500, and we got a heck of some great cars. We got Curtis Young up there leading this pack. We got Gabriel Woods right there in second, Chad Klinger, Philip Myers, Bucky Burt, Matt Egan sitting in 6th, Ray Richards in 7th, Corey Blevins right there in 8th, Bobby Jones sitting in 9th, Judd Danielson in 10th, Les McNester, I probably messed his name up, I apologize, in 11th. Corey Ward, led me these. Okay, all right, appreciate it. All right, that's what I need. And then in 12th spot, we got Corey Wharton, Vern Bradley. That's your chuckle a little bit, I'm sorry. Vern Bradley in 13th, David Caines in 14th, Gary Saxton sitting in 15th, David Gainsworth in 16th, Aiden Young 17th, Travis Lonings right there is sitting in the actual 18th. Ryan W. Daniels 1 lap down the first car, sitting in 19th. Jake Nichols involved in a wreck early on. He's sitting in 20th. Chad Payne in 21st. Mike Donahue 22nd. Kevin Fetty 23rd. Eric Stanford 24th. Austin Lonise in 25th. Grayson Trexler in 26th. And I tell you, from that point on, I think most of the cars are either out or whatnot. I mean, most notably, we got Glenn Fetty, 117 laps out. Joe Owens out. Marcus Potts, yep. Robert McFarlane out. I mean, it's just to name a few of the guys who have just had some bad days, unfortunately, here. But nonetheless, lap 145 of 200, they have been screaming around this track. And I tell you, this second pack here, they're looking like they're getting a little bit racy there in the backside. They're not making any ground up on that front 4, Justin.
Well, I think that's why they started getting racy, because they want to have the best possible position for if a caution does come out and for when pit stops come, because they weren't gaining on that front four. In fact, that front four, I think, gained a few more people in lapped cars, so they really weren't going to gain anytime soon. So they started trying to duke it out to figure out who would be the best position out of them.
Yeah, it is, and I tell you what, right now, Chad Klinger, the man out front in the 94 machine, he is on the inside there, and I think he does have a lap car behind him. Well, nope, that is Philip Meyer. So my bad. They done went 2 by 2 up front here. They got a heck of a battle going in this front four. So that's what that other pack needs. It's for these guys up front. But now, as I say that, they get formed back up in a single file because they know that if they stay double file like that, that's going to bring that other pack right to the front on them. But Chad Klinger nonetheless powers back to the front.
Whoa!
He said, "Whoa! I saw that."
And while you were talking, Matt Egan actually shuffled Bucky Burt to the back of that field.
Okay.
Back of that second pack.
Wow. I tell you what, that was close, folks, right there between Philip Meyer. He definitely almost bit the bullet. And let's see if we can't go back here. Ray Richard, I don't know why Bucky Burt would have shuffled back to the back of the pack. But let's see now.
I think
they are still
tried getting under him.
Okay, well, they are still 5 seconds back. So let's see if now they make up any time on that front four.
Yeah, that front four really got disorganized when that happened.
Yeah, I hear that. DRE, man, you get back to racing. I race on Tuesday night in the Truck Series, ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and I love it, man. I love calling them on Thursday night, too. Boy, I tell you what, Bucky Burt all over the back lid there. Corey Blevins, excuse me.
Philip Mayer actually is dropped out of that first pack completely, so that means that it's going to be 3 versus 5 here in a minute. With Philip Meyer getting picked up by Matt Egan's group, possibly.
What do you mean there's only 2 cars left? What are you talking about?
No, there's going to be just a few cars left in that front.
No, I'm saying, they're saying out here on the thing, says, where's the field?
There is no field.
Yeah, well, there's
He's talking about the entire he's expecting a big pack.
Okay, well, there's with the green flags like it was. Yep, you're right. This is true NASCAR right here. This is what you're going to see in a couple weeks of Daytona. They're in a different packs and packs and packs. They're not all lined up together. What happened is they got the green flag run going, and unfortunately, green flag pit stops have split these guys up into multiple packs. Now, we got the front pack, which is the front 3, and then Philip Myers dropped off from it, but then you got the pack we're watching on right here, which is 5 seconds behind those guys. So there's kind of answers your question. Where the field is. I thought you meant you couldn't see him.
Does tell trouble. Wow, what a save from Corey Blevins and Bucky Burt.
Yes, it was. I saw that one. Man, Bucky Burt hit the darn apron there a little bit. That was a heck of a driving job because that could have been disastrous.
Looked like Kyle Busch in the Bud Shootout in 2012.
Yeah, it was. I tell you what, a little bit of jockeying and action going on. That's the problem is that's going to break up that awesome draft that those cars had and going to hurt them from trying to run those guys down the front right there. That's why we're sticking with these guys here. They're doing some heck of a battle. Now, 150 of 200. Folks, we got 50 laps to go. Again, get all your, go to MK Jewelry on Facebook and get in who do you think in 10 laps to go is going to be leading and winning the race. Log on to Facebook. You'll see a link pop up here soon, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be awesome.
Remember, you have 30 laps to get that entered now.
You got about 30. You're right. You got it till lap 180 to get that entered here. And right now, folks, this is a heck of a race going on. As Corey Blevins trying to hang on to that spot he is. 8th spot right now as they are 2 by 2. But look at that 85 on the outside by himself.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars all over the place here.
Yeah, but I'm telling you what, that 85 is coming on the outside without help, and he is doing it by himself.
And remember, that's the guy, he was one of the first cars to go lap down on what, lap 10?
He was. Yep. Yeah, Judd Daniels right there in that 85 machine, and he's got
now
Bucky Burt pushing. Yes, he is. That boy come to the front, and to the front in a hurry. Wow.
I wonder if he's not going to be able to pull this. If he gets up there to the front with Bucky pushing him, they're not going to be able to try and catch that front group. Whoa, a little bit of contact there with Philip Mayer.
Well, I tell you what, right there, look at the number 85 machine. Judd Danielson, folks, he brought that car I got to put a reference. He looked like Dale Earnhardt Jr. used to when he went on the high side. He brought that thing to the outside. Now we brought that question up, Justin. When is that outside going to be utilized? Judd Danielson just did. He did that. That's why I said Judd Danielson just did something nobody's done the whole entire race. He said, "Fellas, let me show you how it's done." He put the hammer down, looked like Cold Trick on Days of Thunder, and brought it to the outside and blasted, man, the field to taking the front to the 4th place spot. He's got Bucky Burke, man, bringing along with him. He's going to see if he can't bring this pack to the front.
And Matt Egan and Ray Richer have dropped off with Grayson Trexler, who's many laps down now. They have falling off right there. They're going to have to try and catch back up with them.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, right now, though, they are still 8 seconds back from the top 3 runners right now. Curtis Young, Gabriel Wood, and Chad Klinger, who are nose to tail, staying very, very tight right there. But I tell you what, the man we're looking at, Judd Danielson, did something that nobody's done the whole entire race. He said, "Fellas, look, y'all went up high all race long. I'm getting tired of y'all going up there and falling to the back like a bunch of dang rocks. Let me show you." He smashed the hammer, brought it up there. Bucky Burke saw it, and he came with him in that Toyota. And those two just came to the front like a bunch of wild rabid animals.
Now Philip Mayer's all over the back of Bucky Burke. They're going to try and get that organized and try and catch up to that front group.
Yes, they are, but I tell you what, they got a long way to go. They're actually going to need a caution in order probably to get this thing going, because right now these guys, man, are doing everything they can. It's like a stalemate between that pack and the front-running pack. Matt Egan's losing the draft for some reason on those guys and falling back in a very, very hurry, because, boy, I'm going to tell you, that 85 machine is like he is eastbound down and in a flying.
Yeah, and they're actually now, that Bucky Burke and Judd Danielson are now 9 seconds behind that lead pack.
Yes, it is. 9 seconds behind them right now. Curtis Young still out front with Gabriel Wood right there on his back deck lid. Chad Klinger clinging all over to it. But I'll tell you what, Bucky Burke is like a madman on the back deck lid of the number 85 machine. This is awesome. I'm going to tell you what, folks, you don't think that these guys are heating up. You can feel the temperature rising just a little bit as we're at lap 155 or 200. These guys know it is go time. We can't sit here and ride all day behind each other in cruise control. Somebody's got to make a daggum man move, and the president just landed in the background back there.
Bucky Burke, I'm riding inside his cockpit right now. You can really see him trying to get that airflow in. He'll poke out to the right side, but he's trying to stay as best as he can up to that bumper of Judd Danielson.
No doubt. I tell you what, I want to appreciate all the viewers out here, because you can feel the electricity starting to rise here, man. I tell you, this is awesome. You don't want to somebody's talking about a crash, man. There was no crash yet. This is some good racing going on. That man up there, the Folgers man in front, he said, we talked about him earlier, that man must have took a shot of caffeine and poured it in the gas tank, because that car took off, Justin.
Yeah, it really did. And we haven't seen anyone be able to use that outside like that, even at the beginning of the race when everyone was all equal and it was just complete craziness up there with Jake Nichols and everyone in the first probably 15 laps before that first incident happened. It was no one, not even then, no one was able to use that outside like they wanted to.
Absolutely. I tell you what, appreciate that NASCAR racing right there. It is awesome. This is a heck of a dual race going on right now as these guys are watching this pack here, because the front pack there, the 3 cars, they're in a breakaway on their own. They're holding it up right there. But Judd Danielson, the man here, saying, look, if I could just get up there to the front, I'm going to do the move. Now Bucky Burke looking on the outside, looking on the inside. He's trying to cool that Toyota down and say, look, you did it on the outside. Let me see if I can get on the outside and try it again myself.
Yeah, and it's a question of who is Philip Mayer going to go with, and Corey Blevins and the 71 car of Bobby Jonas. Who are they going to go with if Bucky does make the move?
Well, I tell you what, Bucky's flirting with that outside just a little bit. That number 15 is all over the back deck lid of him right now, Justin. And they are definitely going down there to that yellow line, flirting with disaster a little bit. I say it is awesome.
Yeah, and just to keep any of you new viewers in mind, this is not the battle for the lead. This is the battle for 4th place.
Absolutely, that is right. And that's what's up.
Pit stops.
Oh, we got
Ryan
some green
Daniels
flags. Okay, well then we're going to have a slew of green flag pit stops going on right now. I tell you what, we're focusing here on this right now for 4th, 5th, and 6th, because what we just saw Judd Danielson do on the outside, he brought it to that outside of that pack. He was way back there with Corey, because they coming in the pits. Judd didn't come with them.
That could be a mistake on his part, because if they have enough draft and he doesn't, they will be able to gain a lot of time on him.
Yes, that was just a plane in the background, fellas.
Yeah, there are planes on this track, which I think that's a cool little touch, because there is an airport right behind the racetrack that is actually used, and you will in the race see planes landing there sometimes.
Well, absolutely. And I tell you what, that's why I said, man, the president has landed here. He's about ready to catch the tail end of this one at 159 to 200, folks. We've got a 3-car breakaway at the front here. Curtis Young at the number 11, Gabriel Wood right there in his double O machine, and Chad Klinger is clinging on. But we've got green flag pit stops, and you're probably looking at this is going to be the last of the green flag pit stops here, folks. And this one is about to heat up. We can feel it. Now, Judd Danielson has been the only car out there that has been able to bring something to the outside all race long. It has been glued to the bottom, nose to tail, single file racing. But he brought that thing, Justin, to the outside. I want to appreciate all you viewers out there. Thank you for staying here watching this race, as I think it's about to heat up and get hot and heavy.
And one thing that I'm now curious about, when these cars are driving like this, and that airport right behind them, how much turbulence does that cause?
Quite a bit. I'm going to tell you, when I drove these cars yesterday, when you're behind someone, these cars jockey and move around a lot. And when you're out front, or you're side by side with someone out front, nobody in front of you, they feel smooth. No big deal.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, you're behind somebody there, Justin, man, it is a handful. That thing wants to push, pull, and go every which way it wants to. It is a very, very, very handful. So my hat's off to these guys to be able to last. You know, we did it for 40 laps. These guys are doing it for 200.
And really crazy how it looks like practice in a way almost, because there's so many cars just all over the place, exiting pit road, coming into pit road. It almost looks like how they've been practicing, just small little groups just running around with each other.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, Judd Danielson right there, I don't know if he took his pit stop or what.
Yeah, I think he took it.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering because he's awful slow out there and he's by himself. Now, we're going to have to start seeing some of these guys get the line back up. They're all spread out all over the place here right now.
Curtis Young and Gabrielle Wood are still a lap ahead of the guys that have pit. So, trouble.
Oh, what number?
Ray Richer.
Number 44, Ray Richer.
Backstretch.
Oh, he's sliding. Is he going to hang on to it? Man, I tell you what, he hung on to it just a little bit, but we're going to rewind it back nonetheless. He got a little bit of damage. We're under caution here for the third time, folks. Hey, this right here is going to be a drama. This is going to stack this field up, and it's going to put them all back 2 by 2. So now, here you go. This is what you wanted to see. You wanted to see some racing. Oh, looks like he almost got caught up. Made a move watching right here to replay of what happened to Ray Richards. He just bumps the wall a little bit. Oh, and it slams into the 19. Man, and Matt Egan was involved a little bit into it. It seems like he got crumped a little bit in the front. But man, I tell you what, unfortunate right there for the 44 machine. A little beat up here, but now, Justin, what do you think? You think it's starting to heat up a little bit?
Oh yeah, I think it's going to get real interesting on the RC start. But hey, how about we bring up Ray Richer into the booth?
All right, well, let's bring up Ray Richer right now here in the booth, and I tell you what, we'll get in. I'll let you interview him, Justin.
Ray Richer, Justin Richter, FMTV booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, we got a copy, bud.
What happened there on the backstretch?
Well, I seen the 24 go high. We were planning on following him through because we wanted to keep up and kind of, form our own little pack here. And then I don't know what happened between him and the 25 of Bucky, but I seen him tap the wall. I lifted it, and I think I got tapped myself. That's kind of what made it go, but...
How has the car been handling up until this point?
It's been phenomenal. I mean, I can't argue with this. A little bit dancy on the long runs. After you get about 5 before you pit, the whole thing wants to go around, but, dance back and forth the front end. We've been decided to go with left side tires because those were the worst war ones this time, and we were able to keep up and get through the corners, but otherwise the car's been handling great. I'm just hoping I can keep up to speed with this pit stop.
Yeah, do you think you'll be pitting under this caution, or do you think you're going to stay on try to save fuel?
Oh, no question. I have no choice. I'm looking at a hole underneath where the hood is. I can see right through it. It's got that bad damage. I can't even draft right now, yeah.
Well, good luck up there, and I'll go ahead and put you back with your teammates.
Appreciate it, guys.
Will, do me a favor, man. You're a moderator out there. I don't know who
Well, that was
guy
Ray
is.
Richer from PSFH Motorsports.
But go ahead and block him, or I'll do it. All right, tell you what, we're back here, and actually that was unfortunate right there, set of circumstances for Ray. I saw the comment, man. So we don't need none of that, man, out here. So nonetheless, just trying to have a good race here, and it is about to heat up here. 164 of 200 laps right now. I tell you what, I am definitely going to get excited for this one here, because now we're going to get double filed.
Already double file?
About ready to. I mean, not yet. We're still under caution right now, but it is going to be awesome.
If you go ahead and look at your standings here, there's only 6 cars on the lead lap. At least that's what it's showing for me.
Yeah, awesome. Yep, you're right. Only 6 cars. Mad Egan's the first one on the lead lap. Now, you know why? Green flag pit stops before that caution. I think a lot of those guys got
Young
caught.
and Gabrielle Wood played it really smart because they stayed out a little bit longer. I think they were trying to save some to make it, make sure they made it
we
on
don't
fuel.
need to
And
hear
it
that
just
now.
happened to play out that there was a caution at the perfect time and all. But looks like there's going to be a lot of cars getting the wave around here.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully so. Yep, there's a lot of cars there on the tail end of the field here that's going to get the wave around. It's going to be awesome. It is. Well, yeah. You know, look, we try to have a good show here. I don't mind chatter, don't mind conversations or anything like that, but just don't want no swearing. Don't want a lot of that in here in the comments. Don't want a lot of negativity up in here. We're trying to have a good family thing here. Somebody might go back and watch this one. This is an awesome race we're putting on. So, yep, there you go. And nonetheless, so far we're about to heat up lap 165 of 200. You're right. A lot of these cars are going to get the wave around. I think a lot of those cars that went into the pits before that were lapped down, you know, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I got Will out there. He is actually a moderator in the chat, so Will, definitely help me out there.
Well, I don't know about you, but I think we should take a little bit, small little break right before we go green here. Just
Absolutely.
a small one so that we can have it be good for green flag racing.
We are. Let's take it to commercial break. And Michael, I just made you a moderator out there, and there you can help out in the chat as I'm trying to keep up with this action here. As we'll be right back, folks. Going to take a small commercial break to get this action going on.
2017 is a big deal at Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
We want to give a big thank you to our customers for making us #1 in customer service in the state of South Carolina. That means you drive Camrys for $149 a month or get 0 APR for 72 months. Drive new Corollas and RAV4s with 0 APR for 60 months.
Plus, with the Fred Anderson Family Plan, your vehicle will last longer, drive better, and save you thousands. Hurry to Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia. It's our biggest sale of the year, Toyotathon at Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
Your award-winning Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia is your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. Shop over 500 vehicles, clearance price to sell fast. Plus, get lifetime oil changes and a lifetime powertrain warranty when you buy. Right now, drive new Toyotas as low as $99 a month plus holiday cash.
Plus, get a world of value with the Fred Anderson Family Plan. Hurry to Fred Anderson Toyota of Columbia.
All right, here we go. We're back here live, ladies and gentlemen. Daytona 500 here. Oh, wait a minute. Well, we were about to say we were going green, but they just called off the green flag.
It's because all the wave around cars are still in turn 3.
Oh, okay. Well, then good deal. That's good heads up there, man. I tell you what. And you talk about the race out here being boring. Let me go ahead and I'm going to jump on that comment there for a second. One, let me know how the Daytona 500 goes here at the end of February when the real ones get out there. Because that race right there is definitely going to be one of those that is going to be a single file affair. And if you think it's going to be double file the whole entire time, dead wrong. No, those days haven't been around in a while. So, nonetheless, these guys are actually putting on a show here, and we're about to ready to get set for a show. It's 200 laps. This is not a 40-lap shootout. This is not an 80-lap race, 100-lap league race. This is a 200 full Daytona 500. You've got to be very, very, very patient. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. There you go, Joe. I'm going to go ahead and say it. If something has to be exciting for you to still be here in the chat and talking. so there you go. Nonetheless, want to appreciate all the viewers out there, man. I truly, truly do. Y'all been great. As the lights are off on the pace car, we're about to get set these cars on fire here, and we're going to have some double file running here shortly, Justin.
Yeah, you guys who are disliking it and saying that it's boring, then if it's boring, why are you here? Disliking is not going to stop us. We're going to keep doing this because this is what we enjoy. So don't try and ruin our passion because we're not going to listen to you.
Well, yeah. And pay them no attention. Nonetheless, we're about to get this race awesomely going. And I tell you what, here we go. These guys are forming up 2 by 2.
Well, 2 by 2 for a little bit, then it's just single file. Jeez.
I see that. I don't know why those cars are single file.
It's because they're wave arounds, and wave arounds start single file.
Okay, didn't know what. Good explanation. I appreciate that for me. Green flags in the air here. We're going to see Curtis Young try to take this 2 by 2 up. Now, those guys back there behind him will eventually get, they might file up, man, double file here, but they're saying single file. They might actually get ran up to the front.
There's a little bit of double file in the back, but not a lot.
No, it's not, but they are definitely 2 by 2 up front here as we're looking at this race. As right now, Gabriel Woods has pulled that machine out front here for the first time, I believe, today.
Look at that. You got Jake Nichols, second car on the outside line, trying to get his lap back.
Yes, he is, Jake.
Daniels.
Yeah, Jake Nichols. Don't count that man out yet. Jake Nichols knows a way to get the car up there to the front and be able to be a contender. If he can actually get hooked on, get one more lucky dog out here and get on the lead lap, he might be able to pull that thing. Now, the next thing is, if he can't, he's going to help one of those teammates get to the front.
And you look at it here, if you're wanting to say this is boring, this is not boring. There's your Daytona action that you wanted.
Absolutely right here. It's going to get hot and heavy here. So we're going to have about 30 laps to go, folks, here. Make sure you get your picks in for the last 10 laps because you got 10 more laps, about 11 laps to go before that one gets closed off. MK Jewelry right there, but right now these guys are nose to tail, wheel to wheel on it down the back stretch here. You got Ryan W. Daniels on the outside there trying to see if he can't power. Now where's that Judd Danielson guy at? He's back in ninth. We're going to see if he comes storming up through there himself.
Him, Corey Blevins, and a couple other of those strong contenders are at the tail end of this pack. You can see them right at the back of it there, right behind all this double file action.
Yeah, there are 3 wide. Yeah, they are 3 wide, 2 deep back behind them. I'm going to tell you what, this is action going off into the triola turn number 1. These guys are fanned out. You want to say, like I said, you didn't want it to be single file. They're not single file for long. 3 wide, and we got them touching. They're wrecking. Hard into the wall right there. That's Bucky Burke along with several other. Caution flag is out, but they were 3 wide, Justin, 2 deep right there, and slammed the inside wall.
Yeah, it looks like Matt Egan is going to have some damage. But that's not good for him. He had a strong car.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to tell you what, we're going to rewatch it here. As these guys were 3-2 wide right there going into the turn, folks. Like I said, they were about to turn the wick up here. This is what we're going to see. They were 3 deep outside there. Ryan Daniels with him. And look at Bucky Burke on the inside. They were 3 deep. Just got together. They touched on the apron. Bam! Hard into the wall. Unfortunate set of circumstances right there. Man, hate to see that for them. But you're right. Like I said, a lot of good cars was involved in this one. So we're going to have to see what's going to happen here. Like I said, we're going to have about 29. Actually, we're going to have about 20. I usually like trying to estimate.
I say 25, 26 to go here.
There you go. Well, that's about right. I was going to say about 25, 26 to go when we get back to green flag action here, because this is going to be exciting. And I tell you, looking out here, I appreciate the moderators out there helping me on the chat as I'm trying to call this action out here, you know, and y'all know me, I'm pretty calm with a lot of things and whatnot, but I want this to be a friendly environment out here, and I want everybody to enjoy what they're doing and saying, and I'm all about free speech, all about people's opinions, and that's cool, but hey, we got some racing here, and me and Justin about to see an awesome race, and y'all about to see an awesome race go down. It's right there. Those guys were about to show what they're going to put along the line. They were 3 deep, Justin.
You want to pull Matt Egan up here, and I'll let you interview him?
Sure, pull him on up here. Matt Egan, Joe White up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
All right, Matt, I tell you what, man, just a little bit of unfortunate circumstances right there, little damage. How was the car, though, before that handling? I saw you up front, man, just digging very, very hard in number 35 machine all day long, but do you think your crew will be able to get that thing back out for you?
Honestly, it doesn't really, I mean, how the car was running earlier doesn't matter at this point, but no, the suspension was shot in the crash because we would hit that outside wall, because what happened was I tried to go high to avoid the wreck. I'm sure you saw it in the replay. And then the 64 kind of came up into us because we were trying to go high and just kind of shot up into the outside wall. The suspension was completely totaled on the car, though. We are 100% done, though.
Oh, man, I hate to hear that. I tell you what, because you definitely had a fast, bad machine out there, pulling it up to the front there and doing very, very, very good. My hat's off to you, though, man. You were doing tremendously well. We had you up front, up our running a lot, but just unfortunate. Those guys, man, they went 3 deep in front of you there, and at this place, things happen so fast. Are you going to at least try to get back out there and maybe get some laps running?
Nah, man, the thing's gone. Like, we had came to a stop there, and there was no motor left, and again, the suspension is completely gone, though. But yeah, I don't want to take that away from the rest of the race, though, because we had a very good race up until this point. We had been running in the front. We even got to lead some laps, which was really happy. Really happy about that. I really want to thank the Pit Stops for Hope Motorsports guys for letting me run with them, Fusion Motorsports TV, all the leagues we broadcast, Drive for Suicide Prevention, the Pine Creek Railroad, our amazing sponsors. Without them, obviously this race wouldn't even be happening, so got to give a big thanks to them, and like I said, big thanks to Pit Stops for Hope. We just had not our day. I mean, we had a good car, we were running near the front. Tim was doing an amazing job as my spotter. Hats off to him, he helped me through the field too, but just not our day, I guess.
Well, absolutely. I tell you what, though, nonetheless, you were looking very, very, very good out there. And hey, like you just said, the FMTV Daytona 500 has been a huge success, man. We have had people out here talking up a cool breeze in the chat, loving it, man. I had to have a few moderators out here to control the thing for me. I had so many out here, and I'm gonna tell you, just watching all this action, y'all guys were doing tremendously well, and it ain't over with yet. It's about 175 here. So, Matt, I'm gonna let you get back down to your crew there, man. Unfortunate set of circumstances, but you definitely had a car out there that probably could have pulled it off here today.
Yeah, thanks, man. I just really wish it could have been better for us. You guys are doing a great job in the booth, and I hope all the viewers are going to enjoy the finish of this race.
All right. Well, Justin, I tell you what, that's Matt right there. Kind of a little dejected. I don't blame him, man. Nonetheless, he had a heck of a bad, fast machine. As right now, we're going to see these guys form up, double file out there. Again, want to welcome all the viewers, and I want to appreciate all the help out there. It is a heck of a run-in here, and I think it's the first time I've ever had to assign some moderators to my chat. So I appreciate you guys helping me out there because I'm trying to keep up here. Justin, what you think, man? I mean, what do you think is going to go down here?
I believe we're going to get one to go this time by, and that it's definitely going to be an interesting one, to say the least.
Yeah, it is. Now, I'll tell you what. You got any picks?
I almost have to say I'm going to go with Chad Klinger. I think he's had a very strong car, was able to, one of the few cars to contend with Jake Nichols early in this race. He'll be starting right there behind Gabriel Wood on that inside row, as we do have one to go this time.
Okay.
I think he's going to be the man to get it done.
All right, well, all right, then let me, that's a good pick. I'm going to go with Gabriel Wood. How's that? I'll just go ahead and say Gabriel Wood. That'll be my man. I'll go with him right there. He's driving. Right now, he's going to take him to the green flag, but Chad Klinger definitely is a good pick there. Can't go against that one either. But nonetheless, I'll see if Gabriel Wood can pull this thing off. Again, want to appreciate all the viewers. It has been a tremendous success from what I can tell. I don't let dislikes, man, on the video discourage me. That's just people, like you say, trolling out there. Ain't got nothing better to do. It's the viewers out here that I look at. As long as y'all are enjoying it, y'all have stuck around and watched this great racing. It has been a heck of a thriller, Justin, and one to call. This thing ain't over with because we're going to have 25 laps to go.
Yeah, going into turn 3 here momentarily. In fact, they're going in right now. It's been 2 hours and 32 minutes since we got this thing rolling, and we are now going to have 26 laps to go in the restart. Remember, you have 6 laps to enter your pick for the contest coming up.
For the
with,
MK Jewelry. So I tell you what, as the lights off right there, that pace car's coming out of turn number 4, going to take a hard left turn on the pit road and send these monster machines flying right there. We're riding along with Chad Klinger, your favorite right here to win it all. He's on the back deck lid of Gabriel Woods. We're going to say green flag. He gets a heck of a jump there on Gabriel. As these guys are stacked up side by side with Curtis Young. Look at the pull he gets on the back end of Woods right there.
Yeah, this is going to really heat up here, these final 26 laps. Don't expect things to get as super aggressive because they still have 25 to go, but it will start getting aggressive. We have 3 wide back deep in the pack, but it's up in the front is where we're focusing on here as we have 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Look at Judd Danielson is now up there. He's going to try and get a run on the high side.
Yeah, it is. They are 2 deep, man, all the way back there. They're 3 deep back there in the back, folks. I'm going to tell you what, these guys are jockeying around, but right now Gabriel Woods out front. He don't know which way to go, high, low. He's trying to say, man, which way do I go? Who do I go with to try to keep these guys behind me? As right now they have nose to tail in it out. And look at Chad Klinger trying to make some moves happen.
And they're starting to single file out here a little bit. Philip Mayer's around.
Oh, a big one right there. Oh, into the wall. What number is that? There's no caution.
Yeah, they stayed too low, I think. We'll see what Bucky does here. Corey Wharton's involved.
Corey Wharton?
Yeah, Corey Wharton and Philip Mayer.
Well, we're gonna run it back here just a little bit here. Just to show the viewers, because that didn't bring out a caution, but we're going to show them real fast what happened here between Corey Wharton. It looks like they were jockeying around up front. It might have got them upset. I'll tell you what, Corey Wharton, the number 15 machine, just got into each other and bam, hard into the wall. They did stay off the racing surface, and that might be why, wow, Corey Wharton just ran right over him.
Right now they're single file out, and that's top 5. Don't mean to interrupt you there.
Oh, that's right. Well, I was still showing them replay there, and
yeah.
Justin, just to let them see it. And yeah, we're back up front with you though.
Yeah, top 5 are single filing out, pulling away from that second group a little bit. You got Gabriel Wood, Chad Klinger, Curtis Young, Aiden Young, and Judd Danielson. Your top 5. Judd Danielson is one of the strongest cars out here. After we saw him push his way up through the outside to get around some of the strongest cars in here, with just one car helping him.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, you were seeing these guys getting very, very racy back there. Look at Chad Klinger all over the back bumper deck lid of Gabriel Woods. These two are dicing around, but I'm going to tell you what, a guy sitting there in 4th place, do not count him out. He drives the Cup cars for ExtremeMotorsports99.com on Thursday nights. He is a rookie in that league, but he has done tremendously well in the Cup cars. That would be Aiden Young riding right there for Iceman Motorsports, folks. Let me get a good shot of that front end of the car because I want to get that logo. Actually, that's the inside of the car. My bad. But look, there you go. Iceman Motorsports with Cincy on the side, the 09. Now he knows how to bring a car to the front. He's been very patient all day long, Justin.
Whoa, we got a stop car right on the apron.
Whoa, I saw that. Man, they just blew right by him.
That will bring out the caution, but that's kind of interesting. It's Corey Wharton.
Okay, well, you know what? That last wreck, he got hit in the front, and I guarantee his motor just gave up before he could get around to the pits.
He can't get towed.
That might be another one, but that's
he's
why.
Still sitting there.
Yep, that's the other reason right there.
Philip Meyer very upset with him in the Iracing chat.
Yeah, well, nonetheless, I tell you what, man, some of these guys are going to be a little upset. But hey, here we go, Justin. What do you think? Is it go time yet, or do you still be a little patient?
I think you have just the slightest bit of patience because you're still going to have about 17 to go on a restart. Definitely going to be good on fuel, I think. They should be saving. They should be making sure they're going to be good. But once we go green, I think it's going to be... I don't think it's going to be do or die yet, but I think it's going to be you have to make sure that you're in the correct position for when that time comes.
Well, good deal. I tell you what, with that notion, I tell you, let's see if we can't pull up old Aiden Young up here. Let's get a comment, see how well, because he has came from 23rd all the way to 4th right now. Let's see if we can't get a word with him.
Hey, Young, Justin Richter in the FM booth. You got me?
Yep.
How's the car handling? Coming from 23rd to 4th now.
The car is actually feeling really well tonight. Since I'm with the new team, Iceman Motorsport.
How's it feel being teammates with guys like Ryan Daniels and Jake Nichols?
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, I know I can, but I minimized the iRacing thing at the bottom.
Who do you think you're going to have to go with to win this race?
I don't know, because these guys are all good competition. It's going to be tough to win this.
And when do you think will be the right time to go?
10 laps to go, or 5?
All right. Anything you have to add, Joe?
Well, I tell you what, Aiden, you'll be able to bring that machine up front. I know you know how to handle a cup car. You do it on Thursday night, and I see it every darn week. So, man, good luck there, young man, and that machine for the Iceman Motorsports and the Cincy on the back of it.
Thank you, Joe.
All righty, well, I'll tell you what, Justin, we're about to get set here for a heck of a duel at Daytona International Speedway, as these guys are about to get it done here up front. Now, I picked Gabriel Woods, you picked Chad Klinger. Either one of those guys can daggum get it done up front because they're both fast, both competitive, but do not count out Curtis Young, Aiden Young, Judd Danielson, and the likes behind them, because they're right there. And normally what we see in real style Daytona, Justin, it's not usually the first or second car. It's usually the third, fourth, fifth, or further back.
Yeah. Someone back there will pull out, and everyone in front of them will pull out trying to get going. But I just want to bring it to your attention. I don't know if you can see the Iracing chat, but Philip Meyer and Corey Wharton, they're having a very big fight going on right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's something Bucky Burt's going to have to get on that end. That's one of the reasons why I mute iRacing chat. They don't see it here. We're calling a broadcast. We don't have it out here in our chat. We definitely won't see it up there for you folks. This is a race we brought on. All that other extracurricular activity, they could take it after the race in the infield or whatnot and duke it out, man. But nonetheless, these guys are doing a heck of a good job.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of funny that
Craig
being this, and Bucky still hasn't done anything to either driver.
Craig, just answer that question right fast, man. This stream started at 12 noon. Round about 12. Now, there was 12:15, I think it started.
Looks like we may be going green next time by, which will leave us with 18 or 19 to go, I believe.
Well, I tell you what, right now you are 100% right. Going to be about 18, 19 laps to go. I want to appreciate all the viewers out here, and I'll tell you what, there's so many out here now, I can't start naming off all the names. Things scrolling so quick, but I do see you. I do appreciate it. It is awesome to see all you viewers out here looking at something. Right now I'm showing 42 viewers out here for the FMTV Daytona 500. Folks, I think y'all just shattered my record here on FMTV too. Thank you very much. That is awesome. These guys are about to put on a show. These guys are the ones that are the centerpieces. Justin, I'm gonna tell you, these guys are set to get it done.
Yeah, sorry, a little interruption there.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. Looks like we have one to go this time. There's a couple of guys are having chat problems, it looks like. Talking about having chat issues, but anyways, we're getting ready to go green here. We're going to have Gabriel Wood and Chad Klinker leading them down on the front row. That'll be Curtis Young and Aiden Young. And Judd Danielson will be taking 5th place. That'll be an interesting one with David Gainforth to his outside.
Absolutely.
Corey Blevins, Bobby Jonas, And then David Keynes and Jake Nichols is back on the lead lap.
Oh, wow. Jake Nichols back on the lead lap. Then actually puts him in 10th spot, too. So he has battled. Now, let me throw something out here to you, Justin, all the fans. He won this past race at Atlanta. He was 2 laps down and fought back and won it. So I know he knows how to do it.
And if he's a pro driver, you have to assume he knows how to do it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, nonetheless, he's going to have his hands full to get back up to the front here as they're going down the backstretch here. Lights off on the pace car. We're going to get set because we're going to have 183, lap 183 of 200 here, and it is about to get electric. These guys are about to put the hammer down and say it is go time here at Daytona International Speedway.
And you heard it from Aiden Young. He said go time will probably be 5 to 10 laps to go.
I appreciate it, Waylon. And I'll tell you what, right here, we're going to get a good shot here, the start-finish line, as we're going to watch these cars stream down into the front turn right here as they're going to set them loose here. We got Gabriel Woods, Chad Klinger right there, nose to tail, side by side here, as we're going to watch them come to the start-finish line here for lap 183 of 200. Green flag in the air. Daytona 500 folks here on iRacing. They are stacked up 2 deep all the way back to the back, Justin.
Yeah, Gabriel Wood's going to try and take that lead away from Klinger. He's going to try and clear him going into turn 1. It looks like he may do it. Everyone kind of double file right now. Stay in 2 by 2. No 3 wide yet. But I don't think it'll take long before they do go 3 wide.
No, they are. But I'll tell you what, Curtis Young right there, he flirted with disaster, hitting that bottom apron a little bit there. But your man, Chad Klinger, had to fall back as that outside lane not yet. Look at Aiden. Klinger was able to get inside Aiden Young. Now they're all 2 by 2 stacked up, nose to tail, going down the back stretch.
And that's Judd Danielson in 3rd. Look out for him, because if that second place car of Curtis Young wants to go high, we all know Judd will do it, and we'll know Judd will take that spot away.
Yes, he will. Judd Danielson earlier took that thing to the high side. He put some Folgers coffee in the fuel cell and said it is go time. The thing is, will Chad Klinger go with him, or will Curtis Young? He is all over the back deck lid of number 11, eating it all alive.
Chad Klinger just watching, waiting for something to happen, waiting for him to take his chance. And Corey Blevins is sitting not far behind in 5th. Can he have something to do with the outcome of this race?
And I'll tell you what, 9 times out of 10, a Daytona 500 is won from the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th positions in the back right there. Right now, the man sitting in 3rd place, might be in the catbird seat, is the man Judd Danielson in 85. But don't count out the 94, Chad Klinger. We're coming down to lap 185 of 200, folks. 15 laps to go. If you don't think, man, that the hot and heavy is about to doggone, the temperature's about to rise several degrees, about 10 to 20 here, you're dead wrong. I'm going to tell you what, these guys are about to put on a show. You think the single file the most of the race? Now is the time. You have got to make that outside work if you want to get it done.
Yeah, I think the single file is really interesting, the way they do it, because they don't run single file and just kind of run around. They run and they try and figure out who has the best strategy, and they have goals with single file. They don't just try and run around just to run around.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, you're right. They are single file, but it is no just riding. These guys are now closing the gaps up a little bit on the back deck lids, trying to flirt and say, how much can I push the guy in front of me, just to give you an idea how close they are. There you go, right there. You got a good shot right along Curtis Young. He's on the back deck. Look at that LSR TV machine in the front there saying, look, man, I'm about to put myself on the main screen of your show here if you don't push that car any further here. Gabriel Woods out front right now, but I'm going to tell you, Curtis Young, and you got Judd Danielson and Chad Klinger. These guys are all getting it done. They are single file, but there's no gaps in between them.
I would almost be willing to say that Chad wants Judd to go high, and he's ready for it because he has been all over his rear bumper. In fact, they're talking now in Iracing chat. I believe they're getting ready to go.
They might be, and I'll tell you what, somebody's going to have to flirt with that outside lane and go in a hurry. And I'm going to tell you what, this is it. I mean, folks, this is go time. We're coming up to almost 10 laps to go here, the 200 lap race. Want to appreciate all the viewers here for the FMTV Daytona 500. Nonetheless, this has been a thriller so far, and it is about to get even better. There you go, Chad Klinger's looking on the outside. I think he might be giving him the hint of saying, look, Judd, we can maybe try, but I'll tell you what, those two Fords are trying to attack the Chevy, and they got a Chevy behind them right there. Aiden Young on the outside. Can he bring it to the front?
I think Corey Blevin has been one of the main risk takers of going to that outside, and he's made it work for a little bit. It may not last the entire run, but I didn't think he doesn't have the right people. If he gets Chad Klinger and Judd Danielson up there with him, and even Aiden Young, I think that's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, it is. Judd Danielson right now just biding his time, but Gabriel Woods out there holding them off, and he knows he's got some hungry cats behind him right now. Curtis Young in that number 11, 85, and Judd Danielson, but Chad Klinger in that 94. We know he's been up front all race long and definitely wants to get this thing out front, but right now these guys are nose to tail, and they are not stepping out of line as we're coming to lap 189 of 200.
Yeah, and then you got a little two cars right there, right behind this pack. I believe they're a lap down, but I could be wrong. I know Ryan Daniels is. And I can't tell who that other guy is behind him, or right in front of him.
Two-car pack?
Change them.
Yeah, the two-car pack back there.
Right behind Aiden Young, yeah.
Let's see,
Look
that
at
is
this nose-to-tail battle.
That is David Keynes, and there you go. They're going to the outside.
Aiden Young to the outside of Corey Blevins. Chad Klinger is going to make the look to the outside, but it looks like Aiden's going to be all by himself. Here comes Judd Danielson. Now he's going to look to the outside of Curtis Young. We'll see how
they
this
are.
goes.
Well, I tell you what, you called it right there between Chad Klinger and Judd Daniels. But now look at that. Chad Klinger's thinking about it. Nope, he's gone. He is going to try to push him up there. That's what they got to do. They have got to make this outside run. But I tell you what, Judd Danielson made this move earlier on, folks. And right there, they are 2x2 door to door. They are stacking these things up too wide to the back here. Aiden Young's trying to figure out where he's got to go. But they have got to make that outside lane work if they want to make a pass.
When did you say they're going to make that drawing? Because we have 10 to go right now.
Well, they're going to make it here within the next 10 laps here before the end of this race. So all the entries are in, and we're good to go. But right now, Justin, these guys are stacked up 2x2 door to door, and it is going to get interesting because that, folks, they got no choice. But Judd Danielson is pulling that car to the front, and he's going to lead that lap.
He does lead indeed, and it's going to be a 4-car group on that high side pushing, and it's 4v2 right now, but David Gaines could definitely go down to that inside. Looks like Chad got a little loose there, actually.
Well, I tell you what, this is what they got to do, and I'm going to tell you what, why these guys are doing this. We're going to bring it to the FNT Speed Cam because this is what we want to see, 2x2 action right here. You wanted it, you got it, folks. Let's turn it up and see what these cars sound like. Well, I tell you what there, Justin, man, I tell you what, he is trying to make that outside lane work. It looks like he lost a little bit of ground there, but nonetheless, he has got to stay up there battling if he wants a shot to win this one. Now, Curtis Young's going to have to make the choice. Do I jump up there and go with him? Does Chad Klinger stay with him and try to push it up? I mean,
Chad's going to abandon him right here.
Well, that's what, you got to do it. You've got to go high if you're going to win. But right now, Gabriel Woods' power, yes, the inside lane is probably the most dominant. But you're going to have to get up there and form and get this done, because we're going to have 6 laps to go this time by. You're going to have to flirt with getting that outside lane to go.
And we've been talking about how they're letting their temps just they're trying to keep them down. It's at the point now of no return. You have to push no matter what your temps are like. And we're going to go, Chad looked like he was going to make it 3 wide, but he made the better move not take him out.
Yeah, it is. And I'll tell you what, Aiden Young's trying to flirt up there, but nobody is wanting to step up. It's almost like the person that goes up high, another person stays low. It's going to take at least 3 cars to get up there high and get it done. Now, the problem is, if they just keep doing that, Gabriel Wood is the man who's sitting in the right spot at the right time, because let's say Curtis Young steps onto the outside. Well, guess what? Guy behind him's going to stay down low. It's just like a shuffling of cards up there, and Gabriel is sitting there going, yeah, y'all keep doing that. So they're going to see, like this right here. Chad Klinger went the outside, Judd stay on the inside. He's going to fall back. These guys are going to have to realize that they're going to have to get nose to tail 2 to 3 cars in order to get it back up there. 1 car is just not going to get it done.
I think what Judd Danielson's trying to do is he's trying to get into the best position possible to where he can make that move, because you saw him. He didn't want to go up to the high side that time and be the 4th car in line trying to make a move. He wants to be car number 3 in line, because that's the last time he did it, and when he did do it, it's been successful both times.
Absolutely. Right now, Gabriel Woods, right now, the man out front and in control. He has definitely got this field. Aiden Young looking on the outside. Now, they have brought that pack right there. Ryan W. Daniels is right there with them. He might be a lap down, but he is definitely a man that actually can help them out. He is like, let me just say something for you. Ryan Daniels is a teammate of Aiden Young. That's what Aiden's hoping. Man, get up here, dude. We can put this thing to the front some way, somehow. If we can get hooked up here some way. And I tell you, right now, these guys are nose to tail coming this time by to 3 laps to go, folks.
I believe it would be 4 to go, actually.
197.
Yeah, 4 to go, because it's going to be 197, 98, 99, 100.
Yeah, give or take. I counted as the number, Yeah. But, hey, these guys, it's go time nonetheless, Justin. I'm going to tell you. Right now, we see them at double file. I think, man, it's there. You want that inside, yes, but somebody's going to have to go to the high side. I mean, you're going to have to, or you're going to have to move that guy out your way. I mean, that's all it is to it.
I think that's what's going to come down to, because none of these guys really want to go the high side. I think it's going to come to someone like on a straightaway right here. They're going to want to try and move someone or try and get under them somehow.
Yeah, it is. We're at lap 198, folks, man. Check your blood pressure, because it's about to get high right here. I'm going to tell you, get your medicine out. These guys have got their seat belts, man, tighten up all the way. It's shutting off their circulation. I'm up here, man, feeling the pressures right now. These guys are jockeying. Now you got a 2-car breakaway to the front. They're going to try the outside. Aiden Young and Chad Klinger. That's your boy right there. They could be sitting in a spot. Now, Judd Danielson right there. I thought he was going to jump
Klinger's
up.
Going to look to the outside, but he's not going to get there yet. Danielson thinks better of going up there.
Heck knows. They're going to come down to the white flag this time by.
There
folks.
goes Klinger.
Yep, Klinger's on the outside. He's going to try to make it done here, but I tell you, Gabriel Wood is the man out front. We got 1 more lap to go here.
Well, Danielson gets shuffled out of line. Klinger's going to try and go with him, but Danielson goes back to the inside. Now Aiden Young is going to follow Klinger, and Klinger's going to be on the outside of Danielson.
Yeah,
They're
it
going
is.
to lose the front 2.
Yeah, they lost the front 2 just a little bit there. Justin, I tell you what, here we got a battle. We got the front 2 here. The back. Now, look, here is the thing. If they can get broke away on that outside as far away as they are coming to the white flag this time by, these guys can hook up and run them down in a draft. But they got to get away from Judd Danielson there. So we have got a heck of a battle going on. And the front runners here. So we're coming to the white flag this time by, folks. That outside lane is coming.
Well, there's one positive to this. We're ending this on the green.
Yes, sir, we are.
Look out for the lapped car.
What is that lap car doing? He tried to get out of the way, and boom! Judd Danielson in the back of the lap car. Holy cow. And then he gets up into the wall. That definitely, man, jockeyed up the position in the front as Curtis Young takes the lead. And we got a spin in the back with the lap car. But I tell you what, Curtis Young was the recipient of there who got in front of Gabriel Wood. He is going to come, and, man, hard damage on the 94 as we're coming out of turn number 4 here, folks, for the last time.
He's on his quarter panel. He's going to push him. He's going to try and make a move coming out of 4 here. Where will he go? To the inside or the outside? He goes to the inside. He's going to force his way up. They're going to come to the line. It's going to be Curtis Young taking the checkered flag.
Yes, he is right now.
And
Actually, wait a minute. Actually, I got Gabriel Woods might have caught that one. Let's go back and actually watch that from a different angle just to make sure we get the full view of who won that one, folks, because that was close. But I tell you what, that lap car came into play there at the end, and the lap car jockeyed that position around for Gabriel Young, unfortunately, and slammed into him. But we're watching right here to show you how this one looks. Yep, you're right. Curtis Young passed him right there. Gabriel, man, was all over the back deck lid there. We'll just get a good shot here. We're going to get a good screenshot here of who came across the line. But yes, your winner tonight, you're right, Curtis Young. The man brought it home. I tell you, that was a heck of a finish here at the Daytona 500. That man's going to put it in victory lane, Justin.
And I hate to say it, but I think Corey Wharton and Philip Meyer will be taking a long vacation after this one.
Absolutely. I tell you what, this has been a heck. It was a thriller. Curtis Young was sitting there. Now, Gabriel had the position, but the lap car, I don't know what in the world that lap car was doing, but he come right down in the middle of the field and did not go high for some reason. I'm going to stay unbiased on it. I'll let the admins deal with that stuff, but nonetheless, hey, Curtis Young made the move, but tonight he is the winner here for the FMTV Daytona 500 for 200 laps, folks. I tell you right now, let's run down the results here. As boom, right there. Hang on one second. I'm going to bring the results up again. Curtis Young, your winner here today. Gabriel Wood in second. Chad Klinger in third. David Gaines in fourth. Aiden Young pulling it off in fifth. David Gaines fourth and sixth. Corey Blevins seventh. Jake Nichols, he fired back, got back to eighth after being several laps down. Judd Danielson in ninth. And Ryan W. Daniels pulling out that top 10 right there, Justin.
Kevin Fetty takes home 11th place. Chad Payne will take home 12th. Eric Stanford comes home 13th. Travis Lonis takes 14th. Len McNeese 15th. Austin Lonis 16th. Bobby Jones 17th, Gary Sexton 18th, Ray Richard 19th, and Philip Mayer 20th.
I tell you what, Grayson Trexler 21st, Corey Wharton in 22nd, Vern Bradley 23rd, Bucky Burt not having a day he wanted back there in 24th, neither is Matt Egan have to get involved early on in 25th, Mike Donahue right there in 26th, Gary Whitmore Jr. 27th, Michael D'Amico 28th, Tim B. Cox 29th, and Justin R. Anderson in 30th.
Robert McFarland in the 41 takes home 31st. Marcus Potts 32nd after a disappointing incident early in race. Jamie Crandall will be 33rd. Tyler Roberts 34th. Eric Hawk 35th. Glenn Fetty 36th. Cody Tabor 37th. And Joe Owen rounds out your field in 38th.
Well, I'll tell you what we want to do right here, let's bring up the third place man right here. And that would be Chad Klinger. And I'm going to let you interview that man right now.
All right, I'll pull up Chad.
All right. I'll let you get the second and third place guys. How's that?
All right. Chad Klinger, Justin Richter, FMTV booth. Third place finish, not bad, but I bet you were wishing for better.
Oh, I was really wishing for better. I was trying to get on the outside lane, trying to get up there, but no one's going with me.
Yeah, I thought Judd Danielson would have gone up there with you, but you kept staying to the inside. That last lap there with the laps car and everything, what was your point of view on that?
My point of view, well, it was a lap car. I don't know what he was kind of thinking, but maybe he was just pissed off from whatever the race was. He got wrecked. I don't know. Maybe he was just PO'd and wanted to take out some anger. So I don't know.
Well, a third place finish is always a good thing, especially when it comes to Daytona. Any sponsors you like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my main sponsor, Hendrick Luxury Collision Center, Charleston, South Carolina. That's basically where I started. Thanks to them. Thanks for Chevy. That's about it, yeah. Sherwin Williams, of course.
All right. Well, congrats on your top 3, and better luck next time, I guess.
All right, thank you. You guys have a nice day.
All right, Justin, I'll let you bring up the second place finisher here tonight. That would actually be
Gabriel Wood.
Gabriel Wood.
All right, Gabriel, a second place finish. I'm sure you're pleased with that, but not the result you were hoping for after taking the white flag in the lead. What was the situation with the lapped car there on the last lap?
Yeah, first of all, I'm not pleased because the lap car decided that's Philip Meyer in the 15. Just let everybody know that. He was running the outside lane until he realized the leaders were coming and decided to block the inside, and I think he was trying to help out somebody behind us and ended up costing me the win. But I'm glad Curtis Young did get the win. It sucks, but it was a fun race. I know it was probably boring to watch because we were running single file most of the time, but it was a fun race to run, personally.
It actually was very boring to watch. I was having a lot of fun up here. Any sponsors you'd like to thank or anything?
Well, I'm actually an announcer just like you guys for LSR TV, and I watched the broadcast throughout the race, and you guys did a great job. I'd just like to shout them out. I'm usually the announcer for all these guys, and I was actually supposed to come into the race tonight, or this morning, but he wanted you, and so I ended up running the race, and I'm glad I did.
Well, I guess it was a blessing in disguise.
Yes, it was. Thank you, guys.
All right, Justin, I tell you what, man, yeah, unfortunately there on Gabriel's end, but hey, nonetheless, man, a heck of a finish. I'm going to run all down here to Victory Lane, where Curtis Young himself's going to be, and I tell you what, pull him on up here, and we're going to get a talk with him, as I'm going to run on down here, as they've got, man, their hot dogs eating, the champagne's flying, popcorn's everywhere. These guys are having a field day down here, Justin. Curtis Young, Joe White up in the FMTV2 booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
I tell you what, that lap car got involved a little bit there on that one, but you did a heck of a move and timed it just right and swung around Gabriel there on the last little bit and was able to get it done. How was that car running in this long race?
It was running pretty good. It pretty much do whatever you wanted. Even through 2 tire cycles, you could pretty much still do whatever you wanted. So that helped. I actually was going to push Gabe to the win, but yeah, when that lap car went back down to the bottom, everybody kind of just fanned out, and I ended up inside Gabe, and there wasn't really much I could do then. If I lifted, it was going to cause another wreck or something like that. So we still got a 1-2 finish, but I really wanted to see Gabe up there on the top.
Well, absolutely. I tell you what, my hat's off to you tonight. You are the FMTV Daytona 500 for 200 laps. You held the hammer down and showed that you can actually run that car around this track. A heck of a finish there. Got anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, I just want to thank, Gabe first of all for working with me the entire race there. We I think from pretty much the first pit stop we were together there, and we just never really got separated. Eric Hawk, he paints all my cars. Domino's TYJ Racing and Robert McFarland, my dad, for watching some of these, and yeah, I think that's about it.
Well, my hat's off to you. I tell you what, there's a heck of a win here. I don't know. You did a great job and a heck of a move there at the last lap. Congratulations. I'm going to let you get back to your crew. Them guys are ecstatic. Got the confetti going, the champagne flying. They're loving every minute of it here because you're the winner of the FMTV Daytona 500.
Thank you.
Alrighty, Justin, I tell you, this was an extremely awesome race, and I extremely want to thank every one of the viewers out there for staying tuned with this one throughout the whole entire race, because this was a heck of a race. I think a big success altogether. I really enjoyed it up here and really had fun doing this.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do this with you, Joe, and I really enjoyed it being up here watching this. I mean, people are gonna say those 2 big long stints in the middle of the race that were just single file were kind of boring. I found it really interesting because there was a lot of strategy going on. There was green flag pit stops. It was just all around a really good race.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you what, and you're right. This right here actually showcased really what a real NASCAR race is all about in the virtual world. And again, want to appreciate all the viewers. Want to appreciate Bucky Burke, and that's another man. Let's want to bring up Bucky Burke here because no, he didn't have the race that he wanted, but I'm gonna bring him up here nonetheless and talk with him. If there we go. Don't let me do it now. Bucky Burke, is Joe White up here in the booth? Got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. What's up?
All right, Bucky. I tell you what, not the race that you really wanted to have, but I mean, you had some exciting points here. Man, I tell you what, FMTV Daytona 500, I believe, was a huge success. Man, we had the viewers out here were loving it. The fans were on their feet. The crowd out there, the drivers were having a heck thing. We had drama throughout the race. I mean, to me, it was just awesome.
Yeah, the race was a lot of fun. I think I was running 4th place on that one restart where some of the lap cars were up in the front, and I was trying to work my way to get up past them, and I think I was kind of forced 3 wide, and one of the lap cars came down. He apologized, and I had nowhere to go. Pretty much ended my race. Actually, it did end my race, but I had a lot of fun. Really hated that because I felt like I had a solid car that could have a shot to get a top 5 or maybe even win this race. We were coming, and I just hating that accident took out my teammate Matt Egan, and I think Ray got caught up in it as well. But nonetheless, great race. I'm excited for all the people that decided to watch this thing from start to finish and those that shared it. The drivers had a wonderful time racing, and we'll be doing another one of these soon. It won't be Daytona, but it'll be another full race. I'm thinking the Indy 500. So, but I want to thank you guys for broadcasting. You guys did a wonderful job. When I was out of the race, I got to take a listen. And if you guys can subscribe to FMTV, FMTV2, subscribe, and so you can watch a lot of the races coming up on TRRL. We got Chicagoland next Saturday, and you can watch that on FMTV. Give us a follow on Twitter at TRRL_league. You can follow me on Twitter at Bucky Burt. And, but yeah, I appreciate all the people that tuned in to watch. It was a great event, and hopefully you all enjoyed it.
Well, absolutely, Bucky. I tell you what, they did. I mean, they nonstop just was chatting up a cool breeze. The first time in a chat that I had to put some moderators out there, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I saw that.
I never had to do that, so that is awesome. Put some moderators out there, the ones I, excuse me, that are usually watching a lot of the races that I do. But none of that, man, it was almost realistic. That's what me and Justin was ever talking about. A lot of the people talking about nose to tail. That to me, that was like it will be in the next couple of weeks in the real Daytona. Those guys don't sit up there 2x2 all the time.
Yeah, no, and one thing I'm very impressed, we did a wonderful job selecting our drivers to run in this event. We had a lot of green flag racing, and that you couldn't ask for anything better than that. I think 95% of all the pit stops made were under green flag, and and so you can't ask for anything better. And we did all get separated and split up, but that's a part of racing. It is what it is. Now, as far as some of the stuff that happened at the end of the race, people just have to have their own judgment on that. I'm not going to make any comments. It is what it is. And when we go to do another race like this, you may see a little difference as far as the participants. But all in all, I had a wonderful time. I'm going to tell you what, this thing is so hectic to plan and put together. And I just want to thank everyone that committed themselves to this, and people that came on board to sponsor, and the drivers that were committed. I'm really impressed with the group that we selected to run this thing, because it could have been a wreck fest and it wasn't. And I'm just so happy that it went with a success, and it's over now.
Yep, no doubt. Well, I tell you what, Bucky, we appreciate it. Thank you again, and I'm gonna let you get back down to your crew. We appreciate that. Me and Justin and all the fans out there too. Thank you again, Bucky.
I appreciate that, and thanks to all that tuned in to watch. Thank you.
All
and go
right.
Patriots. Go Patriots.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, don't forget about Super Bowl. I appreciate it there. I'm gonna bring up Ryan W. Daniels. He wants to thank some of the fans out here, and that man, he pulled it off here tonight. Ryan Daniels, it's Joe Wade up here in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, I do, sir.
Well, I tell you what, you lived to fight another day there, my man. You pulled it off. Got in the top 10?
Yes, sir. Came in 10th place.
Alrighty, good job. I tell you what, you're out there surviving. How did the car feel throughout the race?
It was pretty stable. It was nice today. The practice we had yesterday, we found that they were really loose, and over the past 2 weeks in practice, the cars were really tight. Today, just fantastic for me. It ran good all day. I was able to get where I wanted to. Had a few bad pit stops. That's what put me a lap down, but I can't say enough for my entire team as a whole. Vern Bradley, Jake Nichols running up front the majority of the race. Aiden Young working with me the entire race all day long. Congrats to Aiden on the 5th, Jake on the top 10 as well. They helped me get this thing home in the top 10. I'm absolutely gassed. I can't believe how awesome that was. That was so much fun. I got to thank Bucky and them too. That was just a great race.
Well, I tell you what, I'm glad you got the run in it. Normally me and you were up here in the booth, but Justin did a fine job up here today calling the race with me. And I'll tell you what, we shattered some records today there, Ryan. We should be proud of what we do on Thursday. We actually do quite well, and we like it. But we had like 47 people. I had to, first time ever, I had to put some moderators out in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that when I first turned on the stream after the race, just so I could get a look and listen to the interviews. But again, you're mentioning numbers. I got to say thank you to all the fans that are here watching the race. It means a lot to all of us at FMTV. Definitely means a lot to come in here and see all the activity going on in the chat, seeing you guys being hyped up, and just thank you all for that. And I want to thank my family who was watching today. A lot of family and friends were watching this race, pulling for me. Very, very meaningful on a week that I've had to bring home a top 10, and definitely looking forward to the race next week, and definitely looking forward to calling the race on Thursday with you.
Absolutely. I tell you what, we got the race, man. Cup cars again, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And I tell you what, you did an extremely awesome job here today bringing that car home. And we want to say hello to Mama Daniels. How's that?
Yeah, she's out there watching. I got my buddy Scott watching, some other members of my family watching. Very, very, very humbled, very happy to be able to bring home a top 10 in such a tough race.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to let you get back down there to your crew, Ryan. I tell you what, congratulations to that top 10 finish there. Congratulations to all the crew members and everybody down there.
Yeah, I want to thank Iceman Motorsports. Thank you, FMTV, for sponsoring us today, and you both did a great job. Thank you guys very much.
All righty. Well, Justin, I tell you what, right there, very, very thoughtful man there, Justin. I tell you what, this was a heck of a race. Got any comments left?
There were some people that have been so up and down on the charts, like Jake Nichols. He started first, led the first 60 laps almost, has an issue, and still comes back to fight all the way back to 8th place.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why I call him Superman. I've seen him do it many times. Fight it, get in trouble, come back and do it. But you're right. Justin, I tell you, I don't really know what else to say, but just wow. What a heck of a race, man, to sit here. I thought, I was kind of sitting going, man, this thing's going to be 3 hours, 4 hours, I don't know. It was a thrilling race to sit here and call for that long.
Yeah, in this session, I'm still in it. It still has an hour and a half to go until it shuts off.
Oh, yeah, so we've made some good records there. Well, I tell you what, viewers, fans, it's Joe White up here in the FMTV2 booth bringing you live coverage of the FMTV Daytona 500. I got my colleague up here, Justin Richter. There you go. Got it right.
There you go.
I kept calling it Richard the whole doggone race. But anyways, nonetheless, we want to thank all y'all for tuning in. And listen, come back next week and come back this week. Here we've got some more races coming here on FMTV2 and FMTV. Definitely check them out. We're seeing the airplanes in the background, man. That's some of the crews and all taking off and whatnot. But hey, until next time, everyone have a good day and go Patriots.
In 1957, Brian French Sr. had a dream. The day ground was broke to build a speedway which the likes of the world have never seen. In 1959, with the help of many people, including Joseph Sachs Lloyd, that dream became reality when the first practice run on the new track began on February 6, 1959. Shortly thereafter, the first ever Daytona 500 was ran. Lee Petty beat John Beauchamp in a photo finish that took 3 days to figure out who won, with the first ever photo finish at the end of the race 3 cars wide. Since then, every February, the place now known as the World Center of Racing, man and machine come together from miles around to take on the 31-degree high banks of the monster track. Names like Earnhardt, Gordon, Johnson, and even Irvin have tamed this place, and this February is no exception. Technology has allowed speed at this large and fast speedway to top over 200 miles per hour. It has also kept drivers safe from many dangers, including the big one that usually happens at least once every time they meet. Today, technology has brought us further than ever before. In sim racing, iRacing has done a fantastic job in recreating what has been thought of as one of the best top-of-the-line sims available out there. It takes talent, it takes patience, it takes a will to put it out front. From the draft to tire wear to white-knuckle racing, they have done a fantastic job. Today, we ask you to join us for one of the most exciting races ever ran in the racing world. Coming to you live from Daytona International Speedway, the Thunder Road Racing League Bucky Burt Challenge Series asks you to sit back, join us for a handful of hours, 500 miles of bumper-to-bumper racing at 200-plus miles per hour. So grab a cold one, maybe save a few for the big game, put it up on the big screen, and cheer for your favorite driver. Live here on FMTV 2.